on 3WE.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Cleveland Indian Baseball. This is Herb Score with Neb Chandler. Our engineer, Dale Kogis. So we're in the Cleveland Stadium, and, well, I'll tell you, the full Cleveland Stadium. People still filing into this ballpark, and they have started to take the padding off the fence in the outfield, so that's an indication we're going to have some people standing back there. The Indians and the Yankees getting set to start a 4-game series, and don't be frightened off. All the talk about the place being sold out, that is not so. Ballpark was not a sellout tonight, and I checked with the ticket people and have plenty of seats for the remaining games of this series. The Indians and the New York Yankees in a 4-game series, and this will be the first, but this game will not start on time. There are many people still lined up outside the gates, and they have announced that they're going to wait about 10 minutes to try and get as many of the folks into the ballpark before we start this game. So the Indians and the Yankees will be a little late starting, and when they do, it'll be Wayne Garland going for the Tribe. He's 1-2 and lost 1 with an earned run average of 3.86. In his career, he is 1-3 against the Yankees. He made a start earlier this year, in fact, last weekend in New York, and he was not involved in a decision. Tommy Underwood also made a start in that game against the Indians for the Yankees. The left-hander did not get a decision either way either. Underwood is 7-4 on the year, and his earned run average 3.49. Against the Indians in his career, Tommy Underwood is 1-2 and lost 1. Wayne Garland is 6 feet tall, 195 pounds. He's 29 years old. Tommy Underwood, 5'11", 185 pounds, and he is 26 years old. Well, we have a beautiful evening for baseball. Blue skies overhead. The temperature, I suppose, in the high 70s still. And just a great night for baseball. Field is green and lush, and folks, every place you can look, people sitting in the seats. That is a great sight. There'll be a huge fireworks show after the game, and then, of course, the day game tomorrow with the Yankees, a night game on Saturday, and the Helmet Day Sunday afternoon single game. We'll tell you more about those games as we go along. Here in Cleveland Stadium, 320 down the foul line, 400 in center field, 385 at the right center field area, 377 in left center field. And very shortly, we'll not be able to see all those markers if they take all the pads down. They have removed the padding from the fence, and they're going to go all the way across the field and take all the padding down, but I suppose they will take most of it down. And as I look now, that's exactly what's happening. The ground crew out, and I think they're going to remove all the pads from the outfield fence. The Yankees have suffered another blow. As you know, they have had all kinds of injuries, and the latest fellow to get hurt is Willie Randolph. Incidentally, the Yankees have placed Louis Ciant on the 21-day disabled list. The right-hander has a strained adductor muscle in his right thigh, and so he has been placed on the disabled list. Well, the Yankees will have to put somebody on the roster to replace him. We'll be back to give you a rundown on the umpiring lineup, and then we'll talk some more baseball with you before the game between the Indians and the Yankees get underway.
Get your free Cleveland Indians baseball cap with your oil change special at participating Northeast Ohio Shell dealers. Includes Fire and Ice 10W40 or 10W50 motor oil, new oil filter, and chassis lubrication. Get your oil change special and free Cleveland Indians baseball cap. Regular $4.50 value. Sold at the stadium. Free at participating Northeast Ohio Shell dealers. Available at Lakewood Shell Ignition at 14711 Madison Warren in Lakewood. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get an American-built family-sized car that gives you great gas mileage and driving comfort. You get it all with the 1980 Chevette hatchback coupe for only $42.33. Chevette has an estimated 26 miles per gallon city, 36 miles on the highway. Your mileage may vary depending on condition. And remember the price. Just $42.33, freight and dealer prep charges included. Who can give you so much for so little?
You can't stand seeing the same thing every day, closed up in small spaces, crowded by a bunch of people you don't even know. So you work longhorn cattle, ride fences, spend months hunting strays in the dead of winter, because that's the way you choose to live, the hard way, your own way. Here, then, is a bush beer to the best of the West, to that most endangered of species, the individual. Bush. Head for the beer that always goes down smooth as a mountain stream. Bush. Brewed just one way, the natural way. For a taste that's always as smooth as its name. Bush. Head for Bush. Head for the mountain. Head for Bush. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
And the bonus word is baseball. Be listening Monday morning between 8 and 9 for details on how you can win $50 worth of jewelry on 1100 3WE WWWE Cleveland.
Well, we'll take a look at the lineup for the New York Yankees. Leading off, Bobby Mercer. He'll play left field. He's batting at 289. Joe LaFay is in right field, hitting at 259. Greg Nettles, the third baseman, 252 batting average. Reggie Jackson is in the designated hitter's role tonight, batting at 284. Bob Watson will be the first baseman. He's hitting 304. Bobby Brown will be in center field. Switch hitter is batting at 272. The catcher is Rick Cerrone. He's sitting at 248. Batting ninth, or batting eighth, is the shortstop, Bucky Dent. He was not on the active list when the Indians played last weekend in New York. He was out with stitches in his wrist, but he is back, and he's hitting at 254. Brian Doyle will be at second base, hitting at 263. For the Cleveland Indians to lead off, Miguel Delaney playing in left field, batting at 361. George Order, the right fielder, 333 is mark. Mike Hargrove will be at first base. He's hitting 297. Joe Charbonneau, the designated hitter, 301 average. Toby Harrah batting fifth. Toby playing at third base and a 278 batter. Bo Diaz will do the catching. Diaz hitting at 288. Rick Manning is in center field, batting 219. The eighth batter in the lineup, Jerry Dubzinski, playing at second base. Jerry hitting 194. And batting ninth, the Indian shortstop, Tom Barraza. He is hitting at 282. And that's the way they line up. We have a delightful evening for baseball. This is really like a festive occasion, almost like an opening day crowd feeling here. And Indians today announced that manager Dave Garcia had been given a new contract that will extend through the 1981 season. So congratulations to Dave Garcia. It's a well-deserved honor for Dave and gives him a little bit of security, gives the Indians stability. And in talking to Dave, he is quite pleased. And typical of Dave Garcia, he said, they always talk about ball players getting managers fired. He said, ball players also get managers hired. He said, and that's the way it is in my case. And he said he's thankful for the players that have done the job and also for the fine work of his coaching staff. So Dave Garcia, a extended contract, and that is really nice news. Here in the stadium, we mentioned that the game is going to be delayed for a few moments because of the enormity of the crowd and the fact that you only get so many people through those turnstiles, and they're still selling a lot of general admission tickets, so they're going to wait a few minutes and get as many people into this ballpark as they can before we get started. And now let's take a look here at our scoreboard. We have a full slate of action. In fact, we've got a couple of complete games. Never's going to take a look at that, and I'm going to run over and visit with the guys on the Yankee broadcast, the telecast, a minute.
All right, Herb. Herb going over to chat with Yankees telecaster and former great shortstop Phil Rizzuto here, who is here tonight. The ball games will be beamed back on TV to the Big Apple, starting with tonight's contest here in the stadium. And they're still removing the padding on sections of the fence in right field and right center. So apparently the design is to have people standing behind the fence and observing the ball game tonight. That will be the first time that has happened here at the stadium since a good number of years. I can't remember the last time, perhaps 10 or 12 years. And in the event, checking the National League Finals this afternoon in San Francisco, the San Francisco Giants edged Cincinnati 4-3. The Giants 4 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. Cincinnati 3 runs on 14 hits and 1 error. Nepper was the starter in that ball game for the Giants and the winner. He's now 7-9. And Price started and lost for Cincinnati. He is 1-1. Minton picked up his 6th save for the Giants, and Rennie Stennett got his 4th game-winning RBI of the season. Giants 4, Reds 3 in Candlestick Park in San Francisco. In Los Angeles this afternoon, the Dodgers entertained the San Diego Padres, and the Dodgers and Padres went into extra innings. The Padres with 2 in the 7th and 2 more in the 8th. But then the Dodgers came up with 1 in the bottom of the 10th, and that was all for the Padres, 5-4. The Dodgers 5 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error, and San Diego 4 runs, 12 hits, and no errors. Castillo, the winner for the Dodgers in relief. Hooten started the ball game. Howe in the 8th. Castillo in relief is 3-4. Lucas, the starter for San Diego. Kinney in the 7th, Fingers in the 7th, and Shirley in the 10th. And Shirley picks up the loss. He's even on the year at 5-5. 1 home run in the ball game, and that belonged to Mumphrey of San Diego. Jerry Mumphrey is first in the 7th with a man on, the former San Diego Padre, or make that St. Louis Cardinal. You'll recall that Mumphrey was involved in the Bobby Bonds deal here with the Indians, but he never did play with the Tribe, being traded to San Diego prior to spring training for Bob Ochinko. Dusty Baker picked up his 7th game-winning RBI in that one for the Dodgers. Tonight at Chicago at Pittsburgh, the Pirates with a run in the 2nd and 2 more in the 3rd lead the Cubs 3-0, and play is now in the bottom of the 5th. That's Jim Bibby going for Pittsburgh tonight, bidding for his 10th win against only 1 loss. Krukow, the starter for Chicago. Philadelphia at St. Louis. The Cardinals with a run in the bottom of the 4th now lead Philadelphia 1-0. Phillies batting in the top of the 5th. Ruthven for Philadelphia and Forsch for St. Louis. As a matter of fact, that's the first game of a twilight doubleheader. Philadelphia and St. Louis playing 2 under the lights tonight in St. Louis. In Atlanta, where the red-hot Atlanta Braves have been hammering the Houston Astros at will, it's J.R. Richard going for Houston tonight against Boggs for the Braves. 14-0 Atlanta over Houston last night, and that game is just now getting underway. And starting in about 20 minutes, Montreal at New York. Lee for Montreal and Burris for the Mets. In the American League tonight, Boston at Baltimore. Rainey going for the Red Sox. McGregor for the Orioles. Toronto at Detroit. Cusick for Toronto and Rosema for Detroit. Oakland at Milwaukee. Keogh for Oakland and Caldwell for the Brewers. California at Chicago. That one starts in about an hour. Lemancic for the Angels. Wortham for the White Sox. Seattle at Kansas City. Beatty for the Mariners. Gura for KC. Texas at Minnesota. Comer for the Rangers. Kuzman for the Minnesota Twins. And, of course, here it's the Yankees in the first of 4 games here on the lakefront against the Indians. And Tom Underwood, a left-hander, going for the Yankees tonight against Wayne Garland of the Indians. Underwood at 7-4, Garland at 2-1. If you're just tuning in and wondering why this ball game is not yet underway, the reason is very simple. There is a gigantic crowd still gathered outside of Municipal Stadium trying to wedge their way into the ballpark. And most of the seats are now filled, including those in general admission, although I would say perhaps 500 or 600 vacancies still remain in the stands. However, there is a large crowd desirous of standing room vacancies, and they will be treated to that because the ground crew continues to remove sections of the padding on the outfield fence. They have worked their way around to right center field right now. The umpires have come out to home plate. Here comes Dick Hauser, the Yankees manager, with his lineup card, and coming out tonight for the Indians and bringing out the Tribe's lineup card tonight. It's my understanding that Captain Dwayne Kuiper, who is here in the ballpark tonight, has been designated to bring out the lineup card just as if Kuiper were part of the regular lineup tonight. Helicopters buzzing overhead here at the stadium. The lights have been turned on. There's Kuiper out there at home plate. He exchanges lineup cards with Dick Hauser and gets a nice round of applause from this tremendous throng here at Municipal Stadium. This is really a festive occasion. It is almost an opening day type of atmosphere, similar in many respects to a pennant, and it bears a resemblance to a World Series type of environment where the atmosphere is charged with electricity. And the Indians fans are hopeful that their lineup will be charged with electricity tonight. The Yankees have won 5 straight. The Indians have dropped 7 of their last 9, including 2 out of 3 to the Yankees last weekend. So the Indians would certainly like to atone for that. The Yankees at 49-25. They are off to their best start since 1958. Their best start in 22 years. That is really something. They just completed a 3-game sweep of the Boston Red Sox in Fenway Park. And actually, I stand corrected because last week when we were in New York, the Yankees said they were off to their best start since 58. Now, in checking some numbers on the Yankees side of the ledger, they are really off to their best beginning in a season since 1955. So it's been 25 years since the Yankees have been off to a start as good as 49-25. They have the best record in baseball, a .662 percentage, the only team above 600 so far this season in either the American or the National League. They've been in first place since May 14th, and aside from winning their last 5 straight, they've won 15 of their last 18 and 16 of their last 21. Last year here at Municipal Stadium, the Indians enjoyed a pretty fair margin of success against the Yankees. The Indians here were 5-2 against New York, and that included victories against Tommy John and Ron Guidry. In Yankee Stadium last year, the Indians 0 for 6, but here on the lakefront, 5-2 last season against the Bronx Bombers. So far this year, the Indians and Yankees are meeting here in Cleveland for the first time in 1980. Tommy Underwood to start tonight for the Yankees. He's 5'11", 185 pounds, 26 years old. Underwood faced the Indians and Wayne Garland last week, and neither pitcher was around by the time the Yankees won it 11-10 last Saturday night with 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th, handing the Tribe a heartbreaker. Underwood lifetime against the Indians is 2-1, 1-1 last year when he was with the Toronto Blue Jays. Garland lifetime against the Yankees 1-3. Garland did not face the Yankees at all in either 1978 or 1979. And of course both pitchers 0-0 against each other here in 1980. Dwayne Kuiper heads back to the Indians dugout on crutches, but Kuip in better spirits than he was 2 or 3 weeks ago, eager to get the cast off the leg and eager to get the rehabilitation process under the way. Well, the umpires have now taken their positions. Larry Barnett will be at home plate, Jim Evans at third, Ted Hendry at second, and at first base, Fred Spen. The Indians at 35-37, 13 games behind the Yankees, and if the Tribe is going to make a move in 1980, as far as contention is concerned, this series will have to mark the occasion. At 13 games behind the Yankees, the Indians can ill afford to lose any more ground as far as that's concerned. And now we're ready for the playing and singing of our national anthem, courtesy of Rocco Scotty.
This broadcast is authorized on the broadcast rights granted by Cleveland Indians Company solely for the entertainment of a listening audience. And any rebroadcast by the use of the accounts and descriptions of this game without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians and 3WE radio is prohibited. They tell us it's 75 degrees here at game time, and well, I'm going to tell you, we have a few fans in this ballpark, and they are still coming in. They're looking up in the upper deck, and folks hopping through those portals in large numbers, and where it looks like there aren't any seats, apparently a few more being squeezed in. Indians take the field. On the mound, Wayne Garland. Garland, 6 feet tall, 195 pounds. He's 29 years old. Garland has won 2 and lost 1. An earned run average of 3.86. And for Garland, this will be his 5th start of the year. He's had 2 complete games. Wayne Garland in a game in New York last Saturday night, he left the game with a lead, and he left after he just could not continue. He said it just couldn't seem to get loose. He warmed up well, and the first inning he said it was all right, and after that, each inning as he progressed, he seemed to lose something, and he said this became really stiff and almost so tight he couldn't move. He said there was a lot of wind blowing, but he broke a sweat too soon or what, he didn't know, but he was just stiff and sore, and they finally took him out of the game. And then the relief score came on, and the Yankees and the Indians battled 11 to 10, and the Yankees came up for the 11th. So Wayne Garland, fastball, slider, curve, changeup, screwball, and the knuckleball. Will take on the New York Yankees. Bobby Mercer, Joe LaFay, and Greg Nettles, the top third of the batting order. And as we talk, they have taken down a couple more panels in the outfield. And now the screen is bare in right field. They haven't taken any of the panels down on the left field side. They have started to fill the auxiliary bleachers on the right side of the field, but they're not done so on the left side. And that's the reason they took down those pads, because of those auxiliary bleachers. They couldn't see over the top of the fence. And I would suppose if necessary, in between innings, they could remove the pads in left field and put some people in the auxiliary bleachers over there, but they'll wait and see just how it goes. And how it goes now is that Wayne Garland is ready to go to work, and Neb Chandler's all ready to get us started. Now here's Neb.
Thank you very much, Herb, and good evening, everybody, from Municipal Stadium. An electrifying atmosphere tonight. The first pitch from Garland is down low, ball 1 to Bobby Mercer, and we're underway. Glad to have you aboard for the first of 4 on the lakefront against the Yankees. Bobby Mercer hitting at .289, 8 home runs and 24 RBI. Garland looks in, shakes off a sign from Diaz, shakes off another one, and now Mercer steps out. The Indians have Toby Hara at third, Tommy Verizor at short, Gary Dibzinski at second, Mike Hargrove at first, and Bodeo Diaz behind the plate. That pitch is down low and inside to Mercer, and the count is 2-0. On deck for the Yankees, the rookie outfielder Joe LaFay. The windup by Garland. The 2-0 pitch to Mercer. There's a hot shot. Dibzinski gets it going to his left and throws it out. Nicely done by Jerry Dibzinski, spearing the hard ground ball on one hop. So Mercer is out, and here's Joe LaFay. LaFay hitting at .259, 7 home runs and 20 RBIs. And the Indians will recall Mr. LaFay's 7th home run. It came last weekend against the Indians and turned out to be the game winner as well. Joe LaFay wears number 46. On deck is Greg Nettles. Top half of the first inning. Well over 70,000 here in attendance tonight. The pitch is down low to LaFay, ball 1. The Indians seeking to beat the Yankees for the second time this year. The Tribe 1-2 so far against New York, and trying to end a Yankee 5-game winning streak. The second pitch to LaFay, again down low, 2-0. This will be the final series against American League competition before the All-Star break. The 2-0 pitch, that is low, and Garland has gone to 3-0 against LaFay. The Yankees are hitting .267 as a team, and the New Yorkers have walloped 102 home runs. The Indians with a 4.78 staff earned run average, the Yankees 3.51. The windup by Garland, the 3-0 pitch right across waist high, strike 1. The Indians play LaFay deep in the outfield and around to right. Up high and inside, ball 4, and Joe LaFay draws a walk. He's the first base runner tonight. So 1 on and 1 out for the Yankees here in the top half of the first, and here is Greg Nettles. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing tonight, we're glad to have you aboard. Stick with us now as the Indians and the Yankees have a go at it tonight in the first of a 4-game series here on the July 4th holiday weekend. An afternoon game tomorrow, nighttime activity on Saturday, and the two teams wrap it up with a Sunday afternoon helmet day contest. The pitch to Nettles down low, and the count is 1-0. Nettles hitting at .252, 14 home runs, and 38 RBIs. The stretch by Garland. He checks LaFay, delivers to Nettles, swing and a miss, and the count is 1-1. Nettles has been heating up lately with the bat. In his last 16 games, hitting at .318 with 7 home runs and 16 RBIs. So Nettles, over the past 2 weeks, is averaging an RBI per ball game and about a home run every 2 games. He is tied for 4th in the American League with those 14 home runs. Garland into the stretch. LaFay with a big lead. The pitch is outside to Nettles, and the count is 2-1. The Indians play Nettles like they play LaFay, deep and pulled around to right. On deck, number 44, Reggie. The 2-1 is high and outside to Nettles, and Garland has now gone to 3-1. And what you do not want to do is put Yankees on the bases with walks. Mike Ferrero coaching at third for the Yankees, Jeff Torborg at first. The 3-1 pitch is inside, ball 4. Nettles has walked. LaFay moves down to second, and Garland has walked 2 straight with 1 out here in the top of the first. And here's a man who has made a few pitchers pay the price for walking men ahead of him, Reggie Jackson. And Jackson greeted by the Cleveland chorus. Jackson hitting at .284. He leads the Yankees in home runs with 19 and in RBIs with 49. Jackson has 9 game-winning hits. They pitch to him. He pops it foul down the left field line and out of play back into the seats in the lower deck. And now Jackson has a few words with home plate umpire Larry Barnett, advising Barnett to be on the lookout for something. Meanwhile, Garland on the mound rubs up a new baseball. Jackson digs in. LaFay leads at second and Nettles at first. 1 out, top half of the first. The stretch by Garland. And the strike 1 pitch to Jackson outside, 1-1. On deck is Bob Watson. And he'll be followed by Bobby Brown. The Yankees have hit more home runs than any other team in baseball this year. The 1-1 pitch to Jackson. He swings and just gets a piece of it back to the screen. 1-2.
That was a screwball and a good one.
Reggie nearly stumbled and fell on the momentum from the swing down the first baseline, and the fans loved it.
Emma Ruth Lawrence from Barberton, Ohio is here tonight. She's celebrating her 83rd birthday. How about that?
So Garland digs out some dirt from in front of the rubber, and Jackson moves out the dirt in the batter's box, and we'll have a station break coming your way shortly as soon as the first available opportunity comes along. Garland into the stretch. The 1-2 pitch to Jackson. That's way outside, 2-2. If you did not hear the news today, Dave Garcia had his contract extended as the Indians manager through the 1981 season. So congratulations to the senior. That is a well-deserved boost for the Indian skipper. The 2-2 pitch is down low to Jackson, and the count is full, 3-2. Look out.
And the fella on deck, Bob Watson.
It does not get easier in the Yankees lineup. Mr. Watson is hitting at .304. And Ron Hassey pops out of the Indians dugout. He's running toward the Tribe bullpen. Garland takes his stretch. The 3-2 to Jackson. There's a ground ball to Dubitsky. He has it to second for 1 and no throw to first. They get the force out on Nettles with LaFay going to third and Jackson aboard now on the fielder's choice. So that's a big out here in the first inning, getting Jackson with 2 on to wrap the ground ball to Dubzinski. And now with 2 on and 2 out, here is Bob Watson. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Cleveland Indians Baseball Network.
And remember, right after the game, be listening for more of the Cleveland 300 with your favorite hits of all time. It's here on 1100 3WE, WWWE Cleveland.
The first pitch to Watson is down low and outside from Garland, 1-0. Watson hitting at .304, 6 home runs and 30 RBI. The former Astro and former member of the Red Sox. Check swing strike, knee high on the corner, 1-1. Bobby Brown comes out on deck. The Indians here are 17 and 16 at home so far this season. The 1-1 pitch is popped up into shallow left center. Manning coming on and calling. He's under it now. He makes the catch, and Garland and the Indians are out of trouble here in the top half of the first. For the Yankees, no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 walks, and 2 men left on base. After 1/2 inning tonight here on the lakefront, it's the Yankees nothing and the Indians coming to bat.
This is Pete Franklin.
Hi, Pete. I want to talk sports.
Well, where are you calling from?
Paynesville.
Isn't that in Lake County?
It sure is.
And you got to read the Lake County News Herald.
No, I don't take that paper.
What do you mean you don't take that paper, you dummy? The baseball season is rolling along, and you don't take that paper. They've got all the batting averages, all the statistics day in and day out, and Hank Kozlowski is the dean of Cleveland baseball writers. He's been covering the Indians for 16 years, and nobody covers them as good as Hank. And on Sunday, they've got all the major leagues covered. They've got all the batting averages so that you know which pitcher is which pitcher. I'm telling you, you can't get by without the Lake County News Herald. And they've got America's #1 baseball writer in the Lake County News Herald, Dick Young, who's the sports editor of a big New York paper. Jim Murray's in there from the L.A. Times. I mean, they've got everything in the Lake County News Herald. You can't say you're a baseball fan unless you read the Lake County News Herald. So get it right now.
It's the bottom half of the first inning, and no score in the ball game. Tommy Underwood will take a look at Miguel Delaney, George Orta, and Mike Hargrove as the Indians will see if they can't get something going now against the Yankees. Garland getting out of trouble in the top half of the first by getting Jackson to ground out and Watson to fly out with 2 on. Coaching at third tonight for the Indians, as usual, Joe Nafik and Denny Summers over at first. Tom Underwood, 26 years old, 7-4, a 3.49 earned run average. Underwood is making his 13th start of the season and 19th appearance overall. And this is Underwood's 13th consecutive start since coming out of the Yankees bullpen early in the season. Last week against the Indians, Underwood went 3 2/3 innings and gave up 5 runs on 6 hits. The first pitch to Delaney, strike knee high, and the count on Miguel 0-1. Delaney has hit safely in 5 straight games and 13 of his last 14. He's hitting at .361. And a fastball is up high from Underwood, 1-1. In his last 14 games, Delaney batting at a .419 clip. He has been sensational. The 1-1 pitch to Miguel, swings and hits the ground ball deep in the hole at shortstop. Bucky Dent has it. The long throw will never be there in time. That's a Delaney special. Delaney had 2 infield hits last night, and he starts out the ball game tonight in similar fashion. There was no way that Bucky Dent, even if he had a bionic arm, could have talked him out. And Bucky does not have a bionic arm. Make no mistake about that. So that brings to the plate George Orta. And Mr. Orta, the Indians' representative this year in the All-Star game, is hitting at .333. At a second behind Rod Carew now in the American League. And time called as Orta steps out. Orta has hit safely in 6 straight, 17 of his last 18, and this big crowd gets it going. A throw to first, and Delaney is back standing. Delaney, an ever-present threat to steal, has stolen 26 times. This year he's been caught on 5 occasions. The first pitch to Orta on the outside corner, strike one.
And it was Underwood the other night who nailed him at first base. They had it caught stealing, but he was actually breaking for second.
Delaney was fooled a couple of times in New York by the Yankees left-handers, Underwood on one occasion and Guidry on another time. And now time is called again as Orta requests a slight pause from Larry Barnett and gets it. Underwood throws to first. Delaney is back. He was only a couple of steps from the bag. The Yankees have a good ratio against those trying to steal. Again, a throw to first, and Delaney is back. The Yankees have only permitted 28 stolen bases against them, and they've nailed opponents 29 times. They are on the plus side in getting people trying to commit grand larceny. The pitch to Orta. There's a line drive into center field, a base hit. Delaney turns second. He's shooting toward third. The throw into third. The slide. He's safe, and Orta goes to second. The Indians have runners on second and third with nobody out.
And the speed of Miguel Delaney was the big factor there because Bobby Brown tried the ball and threw to third base, and he allowed George Orta to go to second.
Bobby Brown tried for Delaney at third. The Yankees did not cut off the throw. It came in all the way, and it was way too late. And the ever-alert George Orta scampered to second. The fans are still coming in through the alleys by the bleachers, and they are now filling up the center field section of the auxiliary bleachers. I have not seen that in many a moon here at the stadium.
Oh, they're going to have to take the pads off the left field side of the fence now.
Right. Here's Mike Hargrove hitting at .297. He leads the Tribe with 49 RBIs and a chance for one or two more. 8 home runs. He's hit safely in 5 straight. And 9 of his last 10. The first pitch is down low and inside, ball 1.
As Hargrove was saying last night that Indians have faced so many left-handers recently, he's getting used to them. He said it doesn't seem any different than to face a left-hander than a right-hander anymore.
George Orta echoed those thoughts on dugout interviews tonight. I asked George about all the lefties, and he said, it makes no difference. You know, I will hit all of them. And he hit them tonight right away. On deck is Joe Charbonneau. The Yankees infield is back. The 1-0 pitch to Hargrove. That's down low, 2-0. Hargrove is second in the American League, behind only George Orta in on-base percentage at .425. Orta leads the pack at .428. And Hargrove tied for second in walks with 53. Willie Randolph has 63 for the Yankees. Nettles at third, Bucky Dent at short, Doyle at second, Watson at first, Rich Cerrone behind the plate for the New Yorkers. The stretch by Underwood. The 2-0 pitch to Hargrove, strike call, curveball inside corner. In left field for the Yankees, Bobby Mercer, Bobby Brown in center, and Joe LaFay in right. This crowd is absolutely amazing. Cleveland is the baseball capital of the world this weekend. The 2-1 pitch to Hargrove, down low, 3-1. Oh, and if you know how these fans react, if Hargrove gets on, wait till you hear the noise for Joe Charbonneau.
Even if Hargrove doesn't get on, we'll hear the noise for Joe Charbonneau.
Either way, it'll be a little extra boost if Hargrove gets on. The stretch by Underwood, the 3-1 pitch. That's down low, ball 4. The bases are loaded. Nobody out in the first inning. And here he comes, Jolton Joe.
Tim Lala, a left-hander, up and throwing for the Yankees in the bullpen.
Lawler pitched briefly last weekend against the Indians. Charbonneau digs out the chalk stripe at the rear of the batter spot, taps the lime out of his spikes and stands in. Oh, what a moment for dramatics right away. Underwood works from the stretch. The pitch to Charbonneau, down low, ball 1. Miguel D. Linnae at third. George Orta at second. Both of them single. Hargrove, who walks, stands at first. Charbonneau hitting at .301, 11 home runs and 38 RBIs. He's hit safely in 6 straight, and 13 of his last 14. That pitch is in the dirt. It's blocked by Cerrone. He can't find the ball, but it's only a foot or two away.
Except for the umpire, Larry Barnett, that would have gone back to the screen because it hit Barnett's leg and dropped right at the home plate area.
And here comes pitching coach Stan Williams to the mound. Williams wants to find out from Underwood what is going on and also to settle down the young left-hander. Cerrone is out there on the hill as well. On deck is Toby Harris swinging the lead pipe in the on-deck circle. So right away, the Indians are threatening to have a big inning here with the bases loaded and nobody out in the bottom of the first. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon on the 4th of July, the Indians against the Yankees, and you can bring a picnic basket and have lunch behind the fence before the ball game. A nice treat. The stretch. And the pitch to Charbonneau. There's a line drive right to Watson. At first he steps on the bag, a double play. Watson, moving to his left, speared the line drive. It looked like it was ticketed for extra bases. Not so. It's a double play. Charbonneau out on the liner. Hargrove erased at first. Oh, brother. Charbonneau trying to go to the opposite field. Hit it on a line right to Watson. So that leaves it up to Toby Harris. And Underwood is breathing a bit easier. The first pitch to Toby, down low. Cerrone again blocked it and the count 1-0. Harris with a 6-game hitting streak. He's hit safely in 14 of his last 15 games. Toby with 6 home runs and 31 RBIs, a .278 average. The stretch by Underwood. The 1-0 pitch to Toby, curveball, strike, 1-1. Underwood looks into Rick Cerrone for the sign and now picks up the rosin bag and gets a handful of the sticky stuff. Toby is ready, and now Underwood is also ready to deliver. The 1-1 pitch, a curveball, strike at the knee. So Underwood now getting the breaking ball across, has Toby behind on the count, 1-2. The stretch. And the 1-2 pitch to Harris. Swings it, hits a drive to left. Back goes Mercer. He's calling for it now. He's under it, and he makes the catch. And that's all for the Indians in the first as Mr. Underwood wriggles off the hook. The Indians get the bases loaded with nobody out, and they cannot score thanks to a line drive double play. For the Indians, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Well, after 1 inning tonight in the stadium, it's the Yankees nothing and the Indians nothing. It's the second inning here in the stadium, and Wayne Garland will face Bobby Brown, Rich Cerrone, and Bucky Dent. No score in the ball game. The first pitch to Brown, swing and a foul tip in the dirt at home plate, strike 1. Brown, a switch hitter, hitting at .272 from the left side, .281. He's hit safely in 8 of his last 10 games. Bobby Brown with 8 home runs and 28 RBIs, whereas number 13 has a slightly closed stance. Garland rocks into the windup. The strike 1 pitch to Brown outside, 1-1.
End of 1 inning in Baltimore. Boston 1, Baltimore 1. Remishwall is pitching for Boston in the
last 10 games. Bobby Brown with 8 home runs and 28 RBIs, whereas number 13 has a slightly closed stance. Garland rocks into the windup. The strike 1 pitch to Brown outside, 1-1.
End of 1 inning in Baltimore. Boston 1, Baltimore 1. Remishwall is pitching for Boston in the first inning.
The Red Sox had a devastating blow, losing 3 straight to the Yankees in Fenway, and they do not take kindly to that in Beantown. Garland okays the sign. The windup and the 1-1 pitch to Brown is fouled back on the screen right below us, 1-2. Well, Herb and I would like to thank a group of 21 folks from the Bethany Baptist Church in Grand Rapids, Ohio, for a few goodies sent to the booth tonight to keep Dale Kogis nourished. A curveball is down low to Bobby Brown. The count is 2-2. Thank you very much from Grand Rapids, Ohio. Not Michigan, but here in the Buckeye State. The 2-2 pitch to Brown. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That one looked like the knuckler.
I think that's what it was.
First strikeout tonight. And it belongs to Wayne Garland. Here is Rick Cerrone, the former Cleveland Indian. Cerrone hitting at .248. He's hit safely in 5 straight, 7 home runs and 42 RBIs. And Terry Pluto, the plain dealer baseball writer, is taking some of the nourishment. Look out. Cerrone goes down on an inside pitch, ball 1. That looked like the screwball that came right in on Cerrone neck level. Terry getting nourishment both on the road and at Municipal Stadium. He is in good shape, I think. The 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss. Cerrone was fooled that time, and again, that may have been the knuckleball. So the count on Rick Cerrone is 1-1 with Bucky Dent on deck. We're in the top half of the second inning, no score. The windup by Garland, the 1-1 pitch, is popped up on the right side. Hargrove coming in, he's under it, and he makes the catch. So Rick Cerrone pops up to Hargrove, and quickly Garland gets the first 2 Yankees here in the second inning. Here is Bucky Dent, the shortstop, and the top vote getter at his position for the American League All-Star team. Dent hitting at .254, 4 home runs and 18 RBIs. Bucky just came off the disabled list earlier this week. And the first pitch is a strike knee-high in the corner. In their last 46 games, get this, the Yankees have hit 64 doubles and 74 home runs in their last 46 games. That is mind-boggling. The strike 1 pitch to Dent, strike 2, fastball outside corner. Dent did not think so, but Garland zipped that one across. When Garland's getting the knuckleball and the screwball over, that makes his fastball twice as effective. The windup and the 0-2 pitch to Dent. A curveball is fouled away behind home plate, and the count remains. In the Yankees' last 41 games, they're hitting .281 as a team. They are averaging 5.7 runs per game, and they're second only to the Brewers in home runs, 102 to 104, and in runs scored. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt, a good stop by Diaz, 1-2. I think I said earlier the Yankees have hit more home runs than any team. That is not true. The Brewers overhauled them a few days ago. The Brewers have really been smoking the home run ball lately. Swing and a miss, and Dent strikes out on the breaking ball, and Dent throws the bat and the helmet toward the Yankees dugout, and Garland zipped through the second inning with no difficulty whatsoever. For the Yankees in the second, they go up and down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. In the middle of the second, here in Cleveland tonight, it's the Yankees nothing and the Indians nothing. We go now to the bottom half of the second inning. Bo Diaz, Rick Banning, and Jerry Dibzinski will take a look at the left-handed slants of Tom Underwood. The Indians had Underwood staggering and on the ropes in the top, or in the bottom of the first inning with the bases loaded and nobody out, and the Tribe could not get anyone across the plate. The first pitch to Diaz is a curveball, strike at the knees, strike 1. Diaz hitting at .288, a home run and 13 RBIs. The windup and the strike 1 pitch to Bo, another curveball, strike on the outside corner, 0-2. Diaz had quite a series in Detroit, not only the grand slam home run 2 nights ago, but last night a 2-run double in a pinch hitting performance. The windup and the strike 2 pitch is inside with a fastball, 1-2. Diaz taps the plate a couple of times. Underwood rocks into the windup. There's a curveball. It's chopped over the mound. Here comes Doyle on the big hop to throw, and he gets him on a nice play. Brian Doyle charging that slow hopper, scooped and fired in one motion, and Diaz is out. Here comes Rick Manning, the Indian center fielder, hitting at .219, no home runs and 15 RBI. The windup by Underwood, and the first pitch to Manning, strike, fastball, knee-high outside corner. The former squire of Cleveland radio, Charlie Steiner, is here alive and well tonight. Manning swings and tops it foul past Joe Nossick in the third base coach's box, and a fan sitting in the first row behind the tarpaulin spears it. Charlie looking fit, the beard neatly trimmed. Manning pops another one, this one out of play, and the count remains 2 strikes. Fourth inning in Atlanta, no score between the Braves and the Astros. Manning getting it 1-11 against Yankee pitching this year. Underwood looks into Cerrone for the sign. He gets it. The windup and the 0-2 pitch to Manning, low and outside, 1-2. On deck, Jerry Dibzinski. He'll be followed by Tom Verizor. Just about every seat taken in the house tonight, except the center field section of the bleachers where no one is permitted to sit. Swing and a miss. A foul tip into the glove of Cerrone, and Manning strikes out on the curveball. That's Underwood's first strikeout tonight to go along with a walk. 2 outs, nobody on. And here is the rookie infielder, Jerry Dibzinski. Dibzinski hitting at .194, a home run and 13 RBIs. Dibzinski batting an even 100 against New York this year. The Yankees shade him just slightly around to the left and about medium deep in the outfield. The first pitch, a curveball down low to the Dibber, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, he pops it up on the right side. Back on the grass goes Watson. Doyle is over there. Watson calling and makes the catch. So, like Garland in the second inning, Underwood has an easy frame, disposing of the Indians in order. 1, 2, 3, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base after 2 complete in the stadium tonight. The Yankees nothing and the Indians nothing.
You know a good time when you taste one.
We go now to inning number 3. Brian Doyle leads it off for the Yankees against Wayne Garland. No score in the ball game. It is a picture-perfect night for baseball here on the lakefront. A huge crowd and mostly blue skies overhead. The lights are on and also shining in the booth here for the next 3 innings. The left-hander, Herb Score.
Thank you, Evan. Hi again, everybody. The Indians and the Yankees scoreless here into the 3rd inning. First pitch is bounced toward the first baseman. Hargrove takes it on the 1 hop, runs to the bag, and 1 pitch. 1 man gone in the 3rd as Brian Doyle is out. He came up to bat that time, hitting at .263. The batter now will be Bobby Mercer. First time up, he grounded out to the second baseman. Oh, we have some folks in the ballpark tonight. If you're just joining us, the Indians earlier today announced that Dave Garcia, the Indian manager, had been given a new contract that extends through the 1981 season. Pitch to Mercer, low and outside, ball 1. Yeah, we've got a special little contest we're going to drew up for you people when the All-Star break is over. We'll tell you more about that in a few moments. Down low, 1 ball and make it 2 balls and no strikes. Chevrolet dealers in the Cleveland Indians going to home run payoff contest. It's going to begin July the 10th, and we're going to have some fun with that one. Two balls, no strikes. Garland checks the sign with Bo Diaz. Pitch to Mercer. He gets a fastball right through the middle, strike 1. We have folks in every part of this ballpark. Two balls and a strike. Bouncing ball, first base side. Hargrove has it. Throws to Garland covering, and there are 2 men down. 2 men up, 2 men down in the 3rd inning for the Yankees. Garland walked 2 in the 1st inning and looked to be in some trouble. Then he got Jackson and Watson without a run scoring. He struck out 2 in the 3rd inning, in the 2nd inning, and now he's retired the first 2 here in the 3rd. Here's the young rookie, Joe LaFay, left-hand batter playing in right field tonight. LaFay stepping in with a .259 batting average. Threw a base on balls his first time up. We are scoreless. It's the 3rd in the stadium. Fastball and a strike. Tomorrow afternoon, 2:05 game time. There's plenty of good seats available for that game, incidentally, as well as the game on Saturday night and then again Sunday afternoon. Down below. In Pittsburgh tonight, they have gone into the top half of the ninth inning. Pirates lead the Cubs 5-1. Is that a doubleheader? I don't know why they're playing so early. 1 ball and a strike. Outside, 2 balls and a strike.
There is a twilight doubleheader on the board in the National League. I think that's St. Louis and Philadelphia.
2 balls, 1 strike. 2 men out. Wind up by Garland. The pitch. Swing and a miss on the screwball. Oh, we got enough notes here. We could read these notes for the rest of the game.
It's like a library.
A lot of birthdays today. Let's see. Donna Townsend having her 17th. Okay. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind up. Garland delivers. Inside with a slider. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I got notes, though, in the mail somewhere. Let me see if I can dig this out. I've been going through that mail. I have to say hello to this person. Where the heck did that go? 103 years old. Holy Christmas. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Garland gets his 3rd strikeout. And he has retired the Yankees 1-2-3 in inning number 3. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. And at the middle of the 3rd here in the jam-packed Cleveland Stadium, it's the Indians nothing, the Yankees nothing. For the Indians, Tommy Verizon will lead it off. Tommy Verizon batting at .282, facing the left-hander, Tom Underwood. So to tell you about Gabe Justice, he lives down in the Akron area. He's 103 years old, and he never misses an Indian game on the radio. Drive to right field, hits the base hit. Tommy Verizon jumps on the first pitch. I'll be interested to know how many times this year Tommy Verizon's had a base hit on the first pitch. Let's see. Tommy that's his 52nd hit of the year. I'll bet you at least a third of the time he's had hits on the first pitch.
And I think on most of those, Herb, the hit's gone to the opposite field, to right.
The other night he hit his home run off the first pitch. Indians have their 3rd hit. And here's Miguel Delaney. He beat out, hit the deep shortstop his first time up. He'll bat right-handed against the left-hander. At the knees and a strike. Delaney hitting at .365. Anyway, Gabe Justice is 103 years old, listens to all the Indians games. And there it is. Happy to have the letter.
103. That is outstanding.
Well, 2 years older than me. There's a bunt, first base side. Good bunt. Underwood picks it up. He can't make a play.
Look at that kid run.
The Indians have runners at first and at second. Oh, that ball was bunted on the first base side and only about, I'd say 20 feet away from home plate. Cerrone couldn't seem to get on track to get out to get it. Underwood raced over, picked it up, and then he wisely held on. He saw he had no chance to get the speedy Delaney. And Delaney is 2 for 2. The Indians again are rapping on the door with runners at first and at second. Underwood goes to that sack of rosin and throws it away.
Delaney, it's like shooting off the starter's gun and having him leave the blocks in the batter's box.
Here's George Orta. Orta singled to center field his first time up. He will be in the All-Star game come Tuesday night in Los Angeles. He's going to bunt and he misses it. Strike 1. Verizon is at second. Delaney's at first. Nobody out. 3rd inning, no score in the game. And we have some people in this stadium. Yeah, it looks like they might still be coming in. 1 strike. Underwood has the sign. Check swing. Did he go around? Umpire at home plate. Barnett looks to umpire Evans at third. Says no, he didn't swing. 1 ball and a strike. Ball 1, strike 1. Delaney's at first. Verizon is at second. And George Orta backed off home plate. Now he's coming into the batter's box. George hitting at .336. He bunts it foul back. Martin just hit a home run for the Cubs in the 9th inning. That's his 15th of the year, nobody on. And in that inning, Cubs have scored 1, so it's at least 5-2. Pittsburgh leading with the Cubs batting in the ninth. Bottom half of the ninth inning in St. Louis, Philadelphia 2, St. Louis 1. Why are all these games being played so early?
Full moon.
Oh,
Or something.
makes sense to me. Underwood picks up the rising sack and throws it away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bouncing ball first base, grabbed by Watson. He can't make a play anywhere. Goes to first. Order's out, but the runner's advanced.
Well, that's as good as a sacrifice right there. Order will not get credit for one, but it does the job.
Here's Mike Hargrove. He walked his first time up. In the first inning, the Indians had hit from Delaney and Order, walked to Hargrove, and had the bases loaded with nobody out. Joe Charbonneau smashed a line drive at the first baseman, and he turned it into a double play, and then Hara flied to left to end the inning. Indians have collected 4 hits. Now, Underwood again to that sack of Rosin. And the pitch. A curve, and he drops it over for strike. On deck, Joe Charbonneau. Charbonneau waits on deck as Hargrove steps back in. Indian runners at second and at third. The pitch. Inside, it hits the bat, and it's strike 2. Mike was spinning out of the way. The ball hit the bat. So Underwood up on top quickly, 2 strikes. A note here from Keith Morris at Sports Illustrated tells us that the July 7th issue is going to have a nice article on George Order. Strike 2. Hargrove with a 2-strike count. And he's side awaiting, backs out. Mike's batting average stands at 297.
Delaney, who's gone 2 for 2 tonight, now at 369.
Outfielders are playing straight away against Mike. 2-strike pitch. Low in the dirt. Nice stop by Cerrone. Joe Charbonneau has put a lead donut up on the barrel of the bat, and he's down below on deck. Joe uses a construction bar, then he used a big steel bat. Now he has the bat he'll use with that lead donut on it. 1 man out, third inning, no score. Indian runners at second and a third. Underwood is ready. Swing and a miss. He pulled him with a curveball. He tried to hold up, but had gone too far. Strike 3. And now it is up to Joe Charbonneau with 2 men out in the third inning. That is the second strikeout for Underwood. Charbonneau smoothing some dirt around in the batter's box. Underwood is ready. Bouncing ball, shortstop side. Deep in the hole is Denny. Has it, the long throw. He's safe and the run scores. And the Yankees are steaming.
Here comes Dick Hauser.
Here comes Hauser. Bob Watson going after Fred Spence.
That will not change what has happened here. The Indians have taken a 1-0 lead as Charbonneau scampers down there just in time to beat the throw, according to Fred Spence.
I tell you, from here, I thought he was out.
I thought they had him by an eyelash.
But the Indians will take the umpire's judgment, and they'll also take the run. RBI for Charbonneau. That's his 39th. Runners at first and at third, and Toby Hara with a chance to drive in a run. Indians strike first. They lead 1-0. Third inning.
From the Indians' viewpoint, they had so many close calls go against them in Detroit, they're probably saying it's about time.
Now, Hauser talking on the mound and gives us a chance to say about a contest we're going to have. The Chevrolet dealers are going to have it anyway. We'll just tell you about it. For 10 weeks, one inning of each game will be designated as the home run payoff inning. During that inning, each Indian coming to bat will bat for a contestant. The contestant's names will be drawn from entry blanks filled out at Greater Cleveland Chevrolet dealers. If the contestant Indian singles, the contestant gets $10, a double wins $20, and a triple wins $30. A home run, you get $50, and if the Indian play hits a Grand Slam home run and your name has been drawn, you'll get $100. Tell you some more in a minute. Pitch to Toby. He gets down low, ball one. Then after 10 weeks, a grand prize drawing is going to be held for 7 days and 6 nights in the Bahamas. I think I should win that myself. Transportation from Cleveland to Nassau by way of Delta Airlines.
Are we eligible?
I'm afraid not.
I don't think we are.
Ball one, pitch is a strike at the knees. Also going to be a drawing held for 19-inch color television set. Neighborhood pack of 10 Indian tickets, and you don't have to buy anything, just fill out an entry blank at your Creative Cleveland Chevrolet dealer. Yeah, that's going to be some fun. Get down and fill out those entry blanks. 1 ball and a strike. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He fooled him with a curveball. Indians lead 1-0. Runners at first and at third. Toby Hare the batter, 2 men are out. And Underwood takes the sack of rosin, bounces it up and down on his hand a couple of times, and drops it to the dirt. Final score from St. Louis, Phillies 2, Cardinals 1. Pitch to Toby, low and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and again a good stop by Cerrone. Cerrone has saved a couple of runs tonight. Charbonneau's at first. Elanay leading down from third. Ball 2, strike 2. Inside and low, 3-2. Charbonneau will go with the pitch. Three balls, 2 strikes. Umpire Larry Barnett indicating to everybody around that is the count. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Low, ball 4. The Indians have loaded them up again. And the batter, Bo Diaz. Well, last time Diaz came to the plate with the bases loaded was in Detroit. And he promptly unloaded one into the left field seat.
And speaking of Detroit, Richie Hebner has unloaded one into the seats, his 7th of the year with a man on in the first, and the Tigers now lead Toronto 2-1.
And the Cubs are giving the Pirates trouble in the 9th. Martin hit a home run early, and now Thompson hits one his second, nobody on. It's at least 5-3 and could be more. Jackson's now pitching for Pittsburgh in the 9th. First pitch on the way to Bo Diaz. Hard hit ball, third base side, into left field, a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes Charbonneau. He scores, and the Indians lead it 3-0.
Listen to this crowd.
And listen to these fans.
Bo Diaz has been swinging a hot bat lately, and he rammed it to left.
That's 8 RBIs he's had in the last 3 games. Indians lead 3-0. Runners at first and at second. And here's Rick Manning.
And it was that close call at first base that opened the door, and the Indians will tell you they've been had that way in Detroit.
In the dirt, and a fine stop by Cerrone, ball 1. Indians have had 4 hits in this 3rd inning, and they now have 6 for a total. Jerry Demzinski is on deck. They have Lala, the left-hander, in the bullpen again for the Yankees. High fly ball, left center field. Back goes Bobby Brown. He is there, and the center fielder takes it. 8 men go to the bat for the Indians in the 3rd inning, and 3 of them cross home plate. Indians get 3 runs, 4 hits. There were no Yankee errors. 2 men are left. At the end of 3, here in the stadium, the score: Cleveland 3 and New York nothing. Well, we go now into the fourth inning. The Indians lead 3-0. Wayne Garland will face Nettles, Jackson, and Watson. Greg Nettles, his first trip to home plate, drew the base on balls. For Wayne Garland, he has struck out 3 in this game. He has walked a pair. Reggie Jackson on deck. Nettles right down here at the end of the bat. Garland's pitch is a fastball away, ball 1. Garland winds it up. Here's his pitch. Down too low with a breaking ball, 2-0.
Final in Pittsburgh now. The Pirates hang on to beat the Cubs 5-3. Bibby over Krukow.
Bibby is 10-1. Ground ball, second base side. Dubzinski in front of it, gloves it, throws him out. 1 man down in the fourth inning. Here's Reggie Jackson. Hit a ground ball to the second baseman that forced the runner. Bob Watson is on deck. Garland's pitch. Outside a ball. And the next pitch. Foul ball over our heads. It'll go to the upper deck. One strike on Reggie, 1 ball. One delivery. Hard hit ball up the middle into center field, a base hit. Reggie Jackson hits a breaking ball into center field. That is the first hit surrendered by Wayne Garland. He had retired, let's see, 5, 8, 9 men in a row. We have a 45th anniversary, wedding anniversary here. We want to pass along our best wishes to these 2 people. And one of them, not feeling too well, fell down and broke her arm. John and Josie Cross celebrating the 45th wedding anniversary. Their son tells us that Mrs. Cross fell down and broke her arm. Well, happy 45th anniversary, and get that arm better fast. Standing in is Bobby Brown, batting left-handed. He looks at one up high. Brown struck out swinging his only time up. On at first, Reggie Jackson, 4th inning, 3-0, Indians lead. A huge crowd here at the stadium, and there's a way to describe it, almost every seat filled. There's a fastball up high, 2-0. Interesting to see the attendance when they get all done. They may take till next Thursday to count it. High pop-up, back of the plate. Diaz near the screen. He has some room now, and he makes the grab. So Brown fouls to the catcher. The Yankees are gone in the 4th. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We have played 3.5 in the Cleveland Stadium. The score, Indians 3, Yankees nothing.
I'll Bell, the knowledge business.
Well, we move now into the Indians' half of inning number 4. Jerry Dubzinski, the only man that didn't bat in the 3rd, will lead it off. Jerry, a pop-up victim to the first baseman, his only time up. Tommy Underwood throws the sack of rosin to the ground, and he's ready to go. Indians are leading 3-0. They have picked up a total of 6 hits. Dubzinski looks at a fastball low and inside, ball 1. 193 batting average for Jerry. Hard hit ball, foul. That almost picked off Nossick in the third base coaching box. Joe Nossick moving quickly. Tomorrow afternoon, 2:05, Indians and Yankees will go at it again. Strike at the knees, good fastball. You can bring your own picnic basket and go out behind the fence and have lunch. We'll open the gates and open the fence out there for the picnickers at 12 o'clock. Inside and low. Indian players will be out there to sign autographs. They'll have patriotic music. Those 15,000 get American flags when they come to the ballpark tomorrow.
Pretty good pitching matchup tomorrow, too. Len Barker against Ron Guidry.
Ball 2, strike 2. Underwood getting the sign from Rick Cerrone. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a slider. Dubzinski is a strikeout victim. That is strikeout number 3 for the left-hander. Here's Tommy Verizon. He started the Indians' rally going in the third when he singled the right field. Hit the first pitch. And he takes this one over the inside corner for a strike. Way outside, goes all the way back to the screen.
Did you see that ball take off?
That's what they call a slip pitch.
You bet it slipped.
Slipped right out of his hand. It hit the screen on the fly.
That was something. That ball was rising beyond home plate.
Line drive into center field, a base hit. Tommy Verizon is 2 for 2. And the Indians have their 7th hit of the game. And here's a fellow with 2 of them, Miguel Delaunay. Beat it out an infield hit to the shortstop, bunted his way on. A bunt down the first base side. And Miguel has scored a run in this game. One man out. Nettles at third, comes in right to the cut of the grass. Fastball is above the strike zone, ball 1.
Delaunay now hitting at .369 with those 2 infield hits tonight.
Next pitch, inside and low, 2 balls and no strikes. Told you about the game tomorrow afternoon. Don't forget Saturday night. It's Beat the Yankee Hanky night. You're going to get 10,000 of those Hankies away when you come to the ballpark. 2-0 pitch. Right through the middle. 2-1. Indians leading 3-0. This is inning number 4. Ball 2, strike 1, and the pitch. Run is going. Ground ball up the middle in the center field, a base hit. Verizon will hold at second. Miguel Delaunay is 3 for 3 in this game. And all 3 of his hits have been from the right side, so his right-handed batting average now is up over the 300 mark. He's now had 16 hits and 48 at-bats right-handed. Indians with their 8th hit. And back to work in the bullpen goes Tim Law, the left-hander.
That's .333 from the right side for Delaunay.
Is George Orta. He has singled. He's grounded to the first baseman. And we have a station break coming up. Serve and a strike. Somebody wrote a letter, wanted to know why we say that. We have a station break. Why do you warn everybody? Well, that's exactly why, because a lot of stations on our network, and fellas sitting back there in the control room, give them a little notice so they're ready for it. Foul ball off to the left, and now it's paused for station identification. This is the Cleveland Indians Baseball Network.
And the bonus word is baseball. Be listening Monday morning between 8 and 9 for details on how you can win $50 worth of jewelry on 1100 3WE WWWE Cleveland.
2 strikes on George Orta. Indian runners at first and at second. Ground ball, first base side. It goes through in the right field, a base hit. Around third, Verizon. Up with the ball at bay. Here's the throw. The slide, and he's safe. Indians lead 4-0.
And Orta goes to second on the throw into the plate.
A good throw by LaFay. He made it close. The ball was about 4 feet down the third base side. And just as Cerrone turned to make the tag, Tommy Verizon slid by him. George Order with 31 RBIs. The Indians with a 4-0 lead, and Dick Hauser headed to the mound.
Lawler is up and throwing, the young left-hander again for the Yankees, and possible that Hauser has seen enough here with Hargrove coming to the plate. And there goes the call.
So for the left-hander, Underwood, he has had a long evening, even though it's only been 3 in the third inning. For Underwood, he is charged with 8 hits. Make it 9 hits. So far, 4 runs. He walked 3, struck out 3, and we'll be back to tell you about Tim Lawler right after we take this time out.
Check the super savings on General's versatile steel radios. Now on sale at participating General Tire dealers and stores. General's all-weather traction radio can be yours for as little as $39.95 plus $1.59 federal excise tax. That's for size P 15580 R13 tubeless white wall. That's the size P 15580 R13 tubeless white wall. See the VSR today at participating General Tire dealers and stores. The sale ends July 5th.
Someday you'll own. Someday you'll own. Sooner or later. Sooner or later, you'll own General.
Tim Lawler is a rookie 24-year-old left-hander for the New York Yankees, 6'3", 195 pounds. He did his college pitching with the Razorbacks at the University of Arkansas. This is only Lawler's second appearance of the season, and it's also his second appearance against the Cleveland Indians. He worked against the Indians last weekend in New York. He worked 2 innings in that time. He gave up an earned run on 2 hits. He did not walk a man, and he had 1 strikeout. So Lawler's brief record at this particular point shows no wins, no losses, and a 4.50 earned run average. The last 2 seasons, Lawler spent in the Yankees farm system at West Haven, and last year he was 8-5 with a 3.18 earned run average. He was selected by the Yankees in June of '78 in the free agent draft by scout Jerry Walker, and Lawler will take a look at Hargrove with runners on second and third. The Indians have scored 1 time. Here in the fourth, they lead it 4-0 and only 1 out.
Well, Lawler's on for his second Major League appearance, both against the Indians. In Atlanta, they have changed pitchers. Atlanta playing Houston. It was scoreless in the 6th, but now Camp is pitching for Atlanta and Houston. They've been long overdue to break loose, and they may be doing that right now.
And Sixto Lezcano is busted loose with his 13th home run in the first, a man on for the Brewers. They lead Oakland 2-0.
Hargrove has walked and struck out. Indians lead 4-0. He hits a fly ball behind the second base position. Doyle going out, still going, and he makes the grab. Good play by Doyle. Doyle was playing in and had to go racing back. The ball was only about 15 feet on the outfield grass, but he had a long way to go, and he took it with his back to home plate. That's 2 out in the 4th inning. It brings up Joe Charbonneau. Indian runners at second and at third. Bob Watson in to talk to the young left-hander. Crowley is on the pitch for the White Sox in the second inning, so the Angels may be doing some damage. It was 0-0 after 1.
Tom Underwood, who has already departed tonight, has failed to go more than 3 2/3 innings against the Indians this year.
And the pitch. Ground ball, third base. It takes a third, bounce goes by Nettles. 1 run in. Here comes George Order. The Indians lead 6-0.
What a wicked hop that was. It almost hit Nettles in the face.
Well, the Indians are getting the breaks tonight. That's a ground ball. It looked like a routine out. And just as Nettles reached for it, it took a wicked hop and went right by his left ear. Charbonneau gets 2 RBIs. There's a 3 on the game and 41 on the year.
And the book is now complete on Tom Underwood. 3 1/3 innings and 6 runs, all of them earned.
Batter now is Toby Harris. Outside, ball one. Indians have collected 10 hits already.
Now, that was some hop past Nettles. That one's zinging right past his ear.
Down too low. Ball two, 2-0. There was 70-plus thousand here are being royally entertained at the moment.
They certainly are. And there's a long way to go.
And the pitch. Toby takes it high and away. 3-0. Charbonneau at first, 2 men down. Indians in the lead, 6-0 in the 4th inning. Down low, and that is ball 4. Well, Lala gives a walk. And the batter now is Bo Diaz. Stewart is pitching for Baltimore in the 5th inning. And at that point, with Boston batting, Baltimore is leading 2-1.
Toby Harrah has 2 walks tonight. He now has 43 on the season, and he's second on the Indians to Mike Hargrove in that category.
Bo Diaz.
Oh, look at Bo's average.
Bo had a base hit his second time up in this game in the 3rd inning, drove home a pair of runs. Curve inside, gets behind Cerrone. The runners are going to move up. Cerrone still hasn't found the ball. That ball hit in Cerrone's glove and rolled behind him, and he didn't know where it was. And he is charged with a pass ball. Pass ball.
That ball was really only about 3 feet behind Cerrone, but he
didn't know where it was.
kept swirling around.
I don't think he could believe that he didn't catch it. I think he kept looking in the glove. Bo Diaz gets one in the dirt, and a good stop by Cerrone. 2-0. Bo Diaz with a chance to bat in 2 more. Bo's batting average up to 293. And Bo Diaz, the 8th man to bat here in the 4th inning. Inside and low. 3-0. So young Tim Lala has come on, and he has had some problems.
Bo Diaz, with 15 RBIs, has already surpassed his major league high so far.
How about that Lee Mazzilli? He just hit another home run. That's his 5th and his 4th in, I think, 7 games. And now they're going to put him on. They give him ball 4. That loads him up, and Rick Manning will be the batter. Oh, and you don't know how much Rick Manning had loved to park one right here.
Just a single would be sufficient, I think. He'd love to put it out, though.
Bases are loaded. 2 men out. Indians lead 6-0. Strike over the outside corner. Yankee bullpen is quiet.
They changed that to a wild pitch now, Herb, instead of a pass ball on Cerrone. Tough to hear with the crowd noise up here.
1 strike pitch. Bullpen is quiet.
They changed that to a wild pitch now, Herb, instead of a pass ball on Cerrone. Tough to hear with the crowd noise up here.
1 strike pitch. Foul back. Well, what happens, a lot of times they look at an instant replay over in the press box and they can see whether or not the ball went in the dirt. When the ball bounces in the dirt, it's a wild pitch. If it does not, then you have to use your judgment. 2 strikes on Manning. Bases are full. 2 men are out. Ground ball, shortstop side. Bucky Dent has it. Goes to second for the 4th out. And the Indians are retired. But in the 4th inning, they send 9 men to the plate. They score 3 runs. 4 hits. No errors. 2 men are left. And at the end of 4, the score, Cleveland 6 and New York nothing.
This is what's happening on Jack Callahan, 3WA News. The ticket tabulation here at the stadium continues, but it's clear tonight's attendance at the stadium will approach the American League record. more than 78,000 set by the Indians 32 years ago. Dan Zerbe, the stadium operations director, says the counting may take all night. Cleveland Orchestra concerts at Blossom Music Center canceled this weekend. Orchestra members have struck for a pay raise. Their last walkout was 10 years ago. Summit County has a new sheriff tonight. He is David Trotman, sworn in today. He replaces former Sheriff Anthony Carterelli, who pleaded guilty to dereliction of duty charges, among other things, and resigned recently in the wake of the Akron public corruption probe. This is perhaps the most festive of the long holiday weekends. It's also one of the least sober holiday periods. Colonel Jack Walsh of the State Highway Patrol is well aware of that and says any driver arrested driving under the influence on Ohio roadways this weekend can count on stiff prosecution. 3WE's exclusive AccuWeather says mostly clear, comfortable tonight, down to 58. Sunny tomorrow, maybe some rain, the high 83. I'm Jack Callahan, 3WE News.
Well, we roll now into the fifth inning. The Yankees are coming to bat with Cerrone, Dent, and Doyle. Bottom third of the batting order, the Indians lead 6-0.
Boston, with 3 runs at the top of the fifth, takes the lead over Baltimore 4-2. The Brewers hit Oakland with 3 in the bottom of the first to lead 3-0.
Wayne Garland winds it up, and his first pitch inside almost hit him. Cerrone popped to the first baseman his only time up.
The Mets were leading Montreal 5-1, but Hausman is now in relief for the Mets in the third.
Lee Mazzilli has been something. There's a strike. Outside and high. Edward Schenck is from Canton, Ohio, North Canton, Ohio, and he's 81 years old today. He said he saw his first Indian game back in, 1915. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Eddie Schenck, hope you have 81 more birthdays. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the delivery. Swing and a miss on the knuckleball, strike 3. That's 4 strikeouts for the Indian right-hander Wayne Garland. Here's Bucky Dent. He struck out his first time. Garland has allowed only 1 hit. That was a single in the 4th inning by Reggie Jackson. At one point, Wayne set down 9 in a row. Foul back upstairs, out of play. One strike. Oh, we have a crowd here tonight. Boy, fun to see this many people at the ballpark. Foul back coming upstairs, out of play.
And the Indians have given them a lot of fun so far with a 6-0 lead. That is what they came to see. Along with a few fireworks.
And they'll see some fireworks after the game. The Indians hope to provide some during the game. 2 strikes. Bucky Dent wearing number 20. He'll be the all-star shortstop. Up too high, that knuckleball sailed right over the helmet.
He was almost no longer the all-star shortstop right there.
Willie Randolph not in the lineup tonight. He hurt his thumb. He tried to bunt a ball, and the ball hit the thumb. Line drive foul down the left field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ronaldo Panagua. He is the owner of the San Juan Ball Club. They play in San Juan in the wintertime. His family here enjoying the action tonight. Ball 1, strike 2. Fly ball, left field. Waiting for it is Miguel Delaney, and now there are 2 men out in the 5th. Indians lead 6-0. Yankees have won their last 5 games. They have the best record in Major League Baseball. 49 wins, 25 losses. Here's the left-hand hitting Brian Doyle. His brother Denny Doyle played with 2 clubs in the Major League, including the Red Sox and the Yankees. Up too high, ball 1. Ball 1. And it's a bit inside with that one. Now, wait a minute. Now Barnett has changed his mind. He's at the strike. Next pitch. Fly ball, shallow right field. George Order coming hard. He's there and he makes the grab. 1, 2, 3. The Yankees are gone in the fifth. Wayne Garland has retired the last 5, and we go to the last half of the fifth inning to score. The Indians 6, the Yankees nothing.
Here's Larry J.B. Robinson, the Diamond Man.
Save an extra 20 to 50% on a beautiful selection of diamonds, colored stones, gold, and other jewelry at Robinson Jewelers July clearance sale. Men's and ladies' rings, earrings, necklaces, bracelets, watches, gold chain, other jewelry. Save up to an extra 50% at Robinson Jewelers July clearance sale. Everything at Robinson Jewelers always bears an unconditional 6-week money-back guarantee. And you can always exchange a Robinson diamond, including one you buy on sale, for a larger, more valuable diamond in the future and receive full credit for every penny you paid originally, plus a profit to illustrate the potential investment value of Robinson diamonds. See Robinson Jewelers July clearance sale and save up to an extra 50%. And if you're planning a wedding, ask about savings on such items as tuxedos, gowns, flowers, and photography through Robinson Jewelers. See Robinson Jewelers now. Save up to an extra 50% on selected items during our clearance sale.
See J.B. Robinson Jewelers behind Chapel Hill at Rolling Acres, Belden Village Center Court, and Richland Mall in Mansfield.
Last half of the fifth inning, the Indians will have Jerry Dubzinski to lead it off. And Indians batted 8 men in the third inning. They batted 9 in the fourth. Jerry is 0 for 2. Nev, you have something on the scoreboard?
Well, for a change of pace, Houston is retaliating against Atlanta tonight after being bounced in round fashion 2 straight evenings. Houston has scored 3 in the top of the 6th. They lead the Braves by a score of 3-0, and that's J.R. Richard on the mound for Houston tonight. In the American League, the Angels have taken a 1-0 lead over the White Sox now in the bottom of the second in Comiskey Park. Wortham is already gone in that ball game, and Crowley has come on in relief for Chicago. Seattle and Kansas City a run apiece after 2 innings in KC.
And here it's Jerry Dubzinski to lead it off. Jerry is 0 for 2 in the game. Batting average has slipped a bit. He came in hitting at 194. Jerry now at 191. Foul ball back to the right, and that one will not quite reach the upper deck. It's downstairs. Happy birthday to Brian Berkeley. He'll be 16 tomorrow, but they say they want us to say happy birthday to him tonight. So Brian Berkeley, day early, happy number 16.
He'll celebrate tonight and tomorrow on number 16.
Strike 1 pitch. Check swing, and hits the bat, and it's tapped foul down the first base side. 320 down the lines here at the stadium, 410 in center field, 385 in right center, and 377 in left center. Now the young left-hander, Tim Lala, takes the sack of rosin, throws it away, and he is ready to go. 2 strikes. Two strikes. Check swing, strike 3 called. Oh, he popped the fastball right at the knees. Dubzinski is not convinced, and he's talking with Larry Barnett, but he is leaving home plate. That is the first strikeout for young Mr. Lawler, and that is his, let's see, his first major league strikeout. Let me look.
Second, I think, Herb.
He picked up one against the Indians last time. Here's Tommy Verizon, 2 for 2 in the game. Swing and a miss. Tommy's batting average back up to 290.
Here's a little background on Lawler. He was recalled on June 24th by the Yankees from Columbus.
Outside a ball, 1 ball and a strike.
And down in Columbus, he was 1-1 with 5 saves and an outstanding 1.09 earned run average. 16 games, all in relief.
Indians have 6 runs and 10 hits in this game, and a foul ball back downstairs. Oh, whistling in the seats. And boy, a night like tonight, there's no place that ball can land that it's not going to hit somebody. There are wall-to-wall bodies here. Section 1, Section 43, and also into the bleachers. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Up too high, 2-2.
The record for a night crowd here at the stadium, the all-time Indians record, 78,382. We might be close tonight.
2-2 pitch. Outside, it's now 3-2.
That record was set back in August 20th of 1948 for a game here at the stadium against the White Sox.
I'd say we have in the neighborhood of 75 5,000.
Right.
76 maybe. Ground ball, shortstop side. Bucky Dent digs it out, throws across, and they get Verizon. 6-3 on the out. 2 men are gone in the 5th inning. And here comes Miguel De Liney, who has gone 3 for 3, and his batting average is up to 369. Barry Bonnell in a home run in the 5th inning is in the 4th inning. That's his 5th of the year. It makes it Toronto 2 and Detroit 2. Toronto still batting in the 4th.
De Liney's hitting at 373, not 369. He's up beyond that mark.
Lawler throws a bouncing ball to the right of the second baseman. Backhanded by Doyle. The throw, and they get him at first. They finally retire Miguel De Liney, and he's limping a little bit. He's limping as he hands the batting helmet to Denny Summers, the coach. 4-3 on that out, and in the 5th inning, the Indians go 1-2-3 as Tim Lawler sets them down without problems. We have played 5 here in the stadium. The score: the Indians 6, the Yankees nothing.
Get your free Cleveland Indians baseball cap with your oil change special at participating Northeast Ohio Shell dealers. Shell Fire and Ice 10W40 or 10W50 motor oil, new oil filter, and chassis lubrication. Get your oil change special and free Indians baseball cap. Regular $4.50 value free. Offer may vary at participating Northeast Ohio Shell dealers.
Available at Amherst Shell at Route 58 and Miller Ridge in Amherst. Now the Wilson and Elliott Show with the 3WE Baseball Payoff bonus word. The bonus word this time is baseball. Be listening Monday morning between 8 and 9. Sometime in that hour, we'll make the announcement on the radio for you to call and tell us the bonus word. If you're the first correct caller when we make the announcement, you'll win $50 worth of jewelry. Join us, Wilson and Elliott, weekday mornings, 5:30 to 10 on 1100 3WE, your Cleveland Indians baseball station.
We go down to inning number 6 here in the stadium tonight, and Wayne Garland, who has been razor sharp up to this point, will face the top of the Yankees batting order. Bobby Mercer, then Joe LaFay and Greg Nettles. Well, the Astros, who jumped out to a 3-0 lead against Atlanta, have seen that lead all but dissipate. The Braves coming back to play long ball. Dale Murphy, his 14th home run in the 6th. Nobody on. Chris Chambliss hit number 10 in the 6th. Nobody on. 3-2 Houston. That pitch up high to Mercer, 1-0. Your 5-inning totals here at the stadium tonight. The Indians, 6 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. The Yankees, no runs on just 1 hit, a single by Jackson, and no errors. Mercer swings and lifts a fly ball to left. De Liney is right there and makes the easy catch. Mercer is retired, leading off the 6th inning for the Yankees, and here comes Joe LaFay. Well, back here for the umpteenth time this season, the Ashtabula gang. They unequivocally hate the Yankees, as do a lot of other people. The group includes Ken Mayle, Howard Kimpton, Jim Coach, Dave Tidd, and Mark Nagel. Glad to have you here, guys. The Ashtabula gang will be here for the whole series, and so will a lot of other folks. The windup by Garland. He pitched to LaFay. Strike call, fastball, waste high. LaFay tonight walked in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd. Garland has 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. And he has shackled the Yankees' heavy hitting attack so far. There's a curveball strike to LaFay, 0-2. And LaFay walks out of the batter's box in disgust. Don't walk away, LaFay. Come on back. Garland looks in for the sign to Diaz. He shakes off one, now okays the second one. And is still pondering the pitch. Now he winds it up. The 0-2 delivery, LaFay. It's a ground ball to Hargrove at first. He'll run to the bag himself and make the play unassisted. LaFay is out number 2 here in the 2nd. So Garland has now retired 6 straight men in order. Garland had a streak of 8 straight going before Jackson singled in the 4th. Now he has 6 in a row. And here is Greg Nettles. He walked in the 1st. He bounced out to Dibzinski in the 4th. Garland has only encountered 1 difficult inning, that by his own doing when he walked 2 men with 1 out in the 1st, but he got out of trouble. There's a ground ball to Hargrove at first. He comes up with it on the 2nd half. He runs to the bag. An instant replay of the fate for LaFay. It awaits Nettles as well. Quickly up and down in order for the Yankees here in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're now in the middle of the 6th inning here in the stadium tonight. And the score remains Cleveland 6 and New York nothing.
Come on home to Chevrolet. Come on home today.
Roger and Beth Wolf came home to Chevette.
We traded in a Toyota for our Chevy Chevette.
Yeah, it had everything we wanted.
And the price was right.
Even has room for Beth's 50-pound saddle.
Come on home to Chevrolet. Come on home today.
Andy McAdams came home to Citation.
Yeah, I just traded a Honda for my Chevy Citation. It's got power everything and all the spunk I need. It's everything I ever wanted in a car.
Come on home to Chevrolet. Come on home today.
And Hazel Stange came home to Monza.
I traded in a Toyota for my new Monza Coupe. I happen to think Monza is a very stylish car, and it rides beautifully.
Not only did Hazel, Andy, Roger, and Beth come home, but in the last calendar year, more people have traded their foreign cars for Chevrolet than any car, foreign or domestic.
Come on home to Chevrolet. Come on home today.
It's the bottom of the sixth inning, and for the Indians, George Orta, Mike Hargrove, and Joe Charbonneau will take a look at the rookie left-hander Tim Lawler, who came on in relief of Tom Underwood in the fourth inning. A huge crowd on hand tonight, and they have been treated to a 6-0 Indians lead. In the bleachers, Rick's Rejects out there in great numbers, and there they are, twirling the banners on high. Good to see you, gang. And this huge crowd will take a look now at George Orta. It appears to be somewhere close to 75,000 here at the stadium tonight. The all-time Indians record for a single ball game here on the lakefront, 86,288. That on October 10th of 1948 during the 48 World Series. And the Indians have well surpassed the opening game crowd this year of 61,700 plus. There's a curveball strike to Orta. The count on George, 0-1. Mr. Orta tonight 2 for 3 with an RBI. He has a 7-game hitting streak and the batting average at .337. There's another curveball strike to Orta. The count 0-2. On deck is Mike Hargrove. This is Nev Chandler along with Herb Score and our engineer Dale Coaches from the electrifying stadium tonight. We hope you're enjoying it. The strike 2 pitch, Orta hits a foul ball down the left field line, out of play, and that one drops into the seats by the Yankees bullpen. Tomorrow afternoon, Len Barker against Ron Guidry, a 4th of July afternoon special at 2:05. The pitch to Orta, a ground ball right back to Lawler on the mound. He grabs it on one hop and throws him out. So Tim Lawler has settled down after coming on in the fourth inning, and he has pitched effective baseball. Here's Mike Hargrove. Hargrove tonight, a walk, a strikeout, and a pop-out. Grover hitting at .295. The first pitch to Hargrove, a curveball, is up high, ball one. Verizon 2 hits tonight. Charbonneau 2 hits. Orta 2 hits. DeLaunay 3 for 4. The Indians have been scintillating. That pitch is outside to Hargrove, and the count is 2-0. Seventh inning at Baltimore. Boston 4 and the Orioles 2, and the Red Sox need a victory in the worst way. The Orioles have won 13 of their last 16. The Yankees have won 5 straight, and the Indians trying to change that tune tonight. The windup and the ball 2 pitch swing and a miss. Hargrove went far enough around, and the count is 2-1. He tried to hold back, but could not. Larry Barnett, the home plate umpire. Jim Evans at third. Ted Hendry at second. Fred Spen at first. The 2-1 pitch to Hargrove. Check swing. That's too far inside. 3-1. Underwood, the Yankee starter, is responsible for all 6 Indians' runs on the board tonight. The Indians with 3 in the third and another 3 spot in the fourth. Crays are wild tonight. The 3-1 to Hargrove, strike, knee-high, count is full. On Saturday night, Dan Spillner will seek his 8th victory against Tommy John. And in the series wrap-up on Sunday afternoon, Rick Waits against Ed Figueroa. Great baseball here at the stadium on this 4th of July holiday weekend. The 3-2 pitch to Hargrove. Down low, ball 4. That one in the dirt. The third walk given up by Lawler and the 5th off Yankees pitching tonight. And you know Joe Charbonneau will get a salute. Here he comes. Well, a note here in the booth tonight. Nev, could you say hi to the Gordons for Craig Gordon and Greg Starr? So that we will. Plenty of mail after we get back from any type of a swing on the road. And it's nice to be back home with you folks here at the stadium. The first pitch to Charbonneau, swing and a miss, and he had ideas of taking that ball out by the USS Cod. Just a distance beyond East 9th Street. Minnesota 3, Texas nothing. Bottom of the third in Minnesota. The strike one pitch to Joe, high and away, 1-1. Toby Harrah has come out on deck. And Lawler will do some landscaping on the mound, and he smooths out the dirt by the rubber. Joe Nossick gives the signs at third base, and Denny Summers at first. Hargrove takes his lead. The 1-1 pitch to Charbonneau, fouled away behind home plate. The count 1-2. Charbonneau tonight lined into a double play with the bases loaded in the first inning. He hit a guided missile to Bob Watson at first, and Watson doubled up Hargrove. And things looked grim in the first because the Indians had the bases loaded with nobody out, and they did not score. And then the Tribe finally broke through in the third and added 3 more in the fourth. The count on Charbonneau, 1-2. Joe had an infield hit in the third. He just barely beat the throw to first from deep in the hole at shortstop by Bucky Dent, and that one opened the game.
And that might be the biggest hit of the game.
Exactly. The 1-2 pitch to Charbonneau. He swings and swings it into center field for a base hit. Hargrove will stop at second as Brown comes up with the ball quickly.
Well,
that was an excuse-me single.
Indians can do no wrong. He checked his swing and lined it into center field.
Charbonneau now has 3 for 4 tonight. The second hit off Lawler, the 11th for the Tribe. You get the feeling that the Indians are having things all their way.
Destined tonight.
Right.
In Baltimore, Boston leads Baltimore 4-2 there in the 7th inning. And it is still 2-2, the Tigers in Toronto in Detroit at the end of 4. Milwaukee 3, Oakland nothing, 2 innings.
The stretch by Lawler, the first pitch to Toby, up high, ball 1.
Angels lead the White Sox 1-0 after 2. And in Kansas City tonight, Seattle leads Kansas City 2-1. They played 3. In Minnesota 3, Texas nothing. That's at the end of 2.5.
Lawler is ready again. The ball 1 pitch to Toby, outside, 2-0.
National League, some final scores. In San Francisco is the Giants 4, the Reds 3. At Los Angeles, the Dodgers 5, San Diego 4. In Pittsburgh 5, Chicago 3. And in St. Louis, the first of a doubleheader, 2-1, Philadelphia beat the Cardinals.
The 2-0 pitch to Harrah, he pops it up. Right by the plate. Cerrone now in foul territory, throws the mask away and makes the grab going backwards across the line into fair ground. So Toby pops out to Cerrone, 2 outs, and here's Bo Diaz.
Second game of the doubleheader in St. Louis. Philly scored 3 in the first. They lead 3-0 after 1. And in Atlanta tonight, Houston 4 and Atlanta 2 there in the last of the 7th. And the Mets lead Montreal 5-1 at Shea Stadium, 3.5.
And here we are in the bottom of the 6th with the Indians leading the first-place New York Yankees 6-0 and bidding to even up the season series this year at 2 games apiece. The first pitch to Diaz, that's down low and outside, ball 1. The Yankees are 23-9 against Eastern competition. The Indians 15-20 against the East.
You see this we got here, Jeff?
Yes.
The Cleveland Rootin' Rag.
Orange and black. The ball 1 pitch to Diaz, strike at the knees, 1-1.
Yeah, be able to wipe the car anyway.
Not bad. That's a little chamois for a weekend afternoon, getting the wax out on the automobile. The stretch by Lawler. The 1-1 delivery to Diaz. Curveball on the inside, corner 1 and 2. The Yankees this year have the edge over everyone except Chicago and Kansas City. They are 2-4 against the White Sox and the Royals, and they are on the plus side against everyone else. The 1-2 pitch to Diaz. He swings, and it's a fly ball to center field. Brown goes back a few steps. He's under it now, and he makes a one-handed catch. So that's all for the Indians here in the 6th inning of play. For the Tribe in the 6th, no runs. They had one base hit, no errors, a walk, and 2 men left. After 6 complete here in the stadium tonight, we hope you're enjoying it. The Indians 6 and the Yankees nothing.
Hi, this is Arnold Palmer. When business keeps me on the go, Lanier's Vest Pocket Secretary goes with me. That's how I stay ahead of my paperwork. Lanier's Vest Pocket Secretary is so small, I can take it everywhere. And to dictate a letter, just push one button, like I did 16 seconds ago. Hi, this is Arnold Palmer. When business keeps me on the go, Lanier's Vest Pocket Secretary goes with me.
Get a lot more done, get a lot more done, in a lot less time, in a lot less time. Give us a call, talk to Lanier, we'll show you our line.
If you're looking for a way to get a lot more work done, look at Lanier's Vest Pocket Secretary. It's like having an office away from the office.
Get a lot more done, get a lot more done, in a lot less time, in a lot less time. Give us a call, talk to Lanier, we'll show you our line.
We go now to the 7th inning here in the stadium. Wayne Garland, who has retired the last 8 men in a row and has only surrendered 1 hit tonight, will face Reggie Jackson, Bob Watson, and Bobby Brown. Jackson is the man who has the only hit off Garland this evening, a single to center back in the 4th. In the 1st inning, Reggie wrapped into a fielder's choice. Jackson at 1 for 2, hitting at .286. And Garland has had all the pitches going for himself tonight. The Indians' record attendance for a 4-game series came on July 1st through the 4th in 1976 against the Yankees. More than 185,000 fans. Outside with that breaking pitch to Jackson, it's 1-1.
A very good chance of breaking that this weekend. I think the Indians could do 200,000 this weekend. Maybe more than maybe 210,000.
The American League record for a 4-game series is 206,016. Boston at New York in July of '79. Swing and a foul tip in the dirt, and Jackson had ideas of sending that one into Never Never Land. And the count on Reggie is 1-2. I'll say this about Reggie. When he takes a full cut, whether he connects or misses, the fans love to see it. Garland okays the sign from Diaz. The 1-2 pitch to Jackson. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on the off-speed curveball. Oh, the fans enjoyed that.
It's 5 strikeouts for Wayne.
I believe that is Garland's high now in strikeouts for a ball game, 5. I can recall he had 4 against Kansas City in one appearance, but I think 5 is the high water mark now for Wayne. Here's Bob Watson, and that pitch is in the dirt. It goes all the way back to the screen, ball 1. Watson tonight flied out to Manning and flied out to Orta. He's 0 for 2, hitting at .301. Toronto has tied up the Tigers 2-2 in the 5th inning. Weaver has relieved Roseman the 5th for Detroit. Check swing, the pitch is inside to Watson. It's 2-0. The Indians outfield plays Watson deep and around to left. The 2-0 pitch, he pops a foul ball on the first base side, drifting back toward the seats, and that one is behind the Indians' dugout and out of play. Diaz and Hargrove went over there, and you have to like the hustle of Wayne Garland. He was
right
all
there,
the way
too.
over there by that top step on the dugout. Garland does not miss a trick out there on the mound. He is a pitcher who fields his position well, and he is in command when the ball is down low and over the plate. Diaz went out to have a word with Wayne and now comes back behind the plate. The count on Watson, 2-1. 1 out, top of the 7th, and the Indians lead it 6-0. Jeff Torborg blowing gigantic bubbles there with a big chew of bubble gum at first base. That pitch is inside to Watson, and the count has now gone to 3-1. Garland has walked 2 and struck out 5 tonight. The pitch, Watson, it's a line drive to left. Delaney coming in. He makes the catch shoulder high, and Watson is retired on the line drive. And now Wayne Garland has retired 2, 5, 8, 10 men in a row.
And prior to that, he had 9 in a row before the single from Jackson. So he's retired 19 of the last 20 batters. That's not bad.
I would say that is excellent by every stretch of the imagination. The pitch to Bobby Brown, down low, ball 1. Brown tonight struck out in the second and fouled out to Diaz in the fourth. Manning shades Brown slightly toward right center. Brown a switch hitter. The 1-0 pitch to Bobby. He skies this one foul and out of play. That one drops into the loges and all the way downstairs on the left field side. The Yankees have pretty much had things their own way this season, especially against Eastern Division teams. The Yankees are 23-9 so far against the East. That is storming through the division. The 1-1 pitch is down low to Brown, 2-1. The Indians are trying to put a halt to that tonight. The Yankees are 30-14 against right-handers. The Indians are 7-10 against lefties. The pitch to Brown outside, and now the count is 3-1. The Yankees are 25-12. Their record on the road, percentage-wise, is slightly better than their record at home. At home, the Yankees have 24-13. The 3-1 pitch to Brown. It's a ground ball to Dubzinski at second. He backs up and gets it on the second hop and throws him out. Garland has retired 11 straight, and he set them up and down 1, 2, 3 for 3 consecutive innings. Here in the 7th for the Yankees. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're in the middle of the 7th inning here in the stadium tonight, and you Indians fans understand what that means. It's time to rise and shine. Stretch time with the score, the Tribe 6 and the Yankees nothing.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield in Northeast Ohio.
There's no question about the importance of good dental care. As an employer, why not look into the benefits and cost controls of a Blue Cross and Blue Shield dental program? For qualified companies, a benefits program is designed to fit both your needs and your budget. Make sure your employees have the finest dental health care protection. Other health care options include coverage for hospital and doctor bills, major medical, vision and hearing care, and prescription drugs. Your Blue Cross and Blue Shield offers a broad range of benefit options for your company. Package your group benefits with the leader.
Your Blue Cross and Blue Shield plans in Northeast Ohio.
See your Blue Cross and Blue Shield representative today.
Rocco Scotty singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and the fans loved it here. This massive crowd is still on its feet. And this has been some kind of a baseball night in Cleveland. Cleveland has once again become the baseball capital of the United States. The national spotlight is on Cleveland here this weekend, and the Indians and the entire city can be proud of this huge gathering tonight. It is outstanding to see this great sport come alive again in one of the finest sports cities in the country. Here's Rick Manning hitting at .221 to lead it off against Lawler. And the first pitch to Manning on the corner, strike call 0-1. Don Money has cracked out his 11th home run and the third for the Brewers with a man on, and they lead they lead Oakland 5-0 as Manning fouls it away, strike 2.
See where the Cincinnati Reds have placed Tommy Seaver on the disabled list. I read in an article while we were on the road that Tommy Seaver is really concerned. He has tendonitis in his right shoulder. He's concerned that it could be the end of his career.
The 0-2 pitch to Manning, a shot to the shortstop, Bucky Dent. He gets it on the second hop and throws him out. So Manning is out number 1 here in the 7th, and here comes Jerry Dubzinski. I think, Herb, that Tom Seaver really is seriously contemplating retirement. He said that if he cannot become the Tom Seaver of old, he will not continue to pitch.
The fella's pitched as well as he has,
Right.
as long as he has. And it's a little tough to go out there and pitch with pain and go out there and pitch when you know you just don't have what you once had.
The pitch to Dybzinski is outside, ball one. Jerry tonight is 0 for 3. He popped out to the first baseman, and he struck out twice. He hits a line drive to center, but Bobby Brown has it in its path and makes the catch. Dybzinski hit the ball hard, but right to Bobby Brown.
And young Tim Lawler's really done a good job since coming on.
Lawler came on back in the fourth inning and got Toby Harrah to pop out with a couple of men on, but then Joe Charbonneau got a base hit on a wicked hop past Greg Nettles. The pitch to Verizor down low, ball one. Then Toby Harrah walked Bo Diaz, was given an intentional walk, and Manning wrapped into a fielder's choice. But Lawler, by and large, has really been effective this evening in relief. Tommy Verizor has been effective, 2 for 3 with a couple of runs scored. He's hitting at 288. The pitch to Tommy fouled away behind the plate. That one goes screaming back into the lower deck, just to the right of the screen, and heads up down there. The 1-1 pitch is low and inside to Verizor, and the count is 2-1. The 2-1 pitch to Tommy. He tops it in the dirt to Nettles at third. He's up with it. He throws over, and Verizor is out, and so are the Indians very quickly here in the seventh inning of play. For the Tribe in the seventh, they go up and down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And now, after 7 complete innings here in the stadium tonight, it's the Indians 6 and the Yankees nothing.
Your Greater Cleveland Chevy man offers economy and comfort for only $46.36. Economy is the Monza Coupe. An estimated 22 miles per gallon city, 35 highway. Your mileage may vary depending on conditions. And comfort is Monza Coupe, with the safety and convenience only an American-built family-sized car can offer. Yes, Monza offers it all for $46.36. Freight and dealer prep charges included. Who can give you so much for so little?
This was for you, for being on the job and working hard all day. So here's to you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through. And that's for you. For all you do. Hey, this was for you. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Well, we go now into the 8th inning. The Indians have a 6-0 lead. Wayne Garland looks at the bottom third of the Yankee batting order. Cerrone, Dent, and Doyle. This big crowd here has been well entertained tonight. The Indians scoring 3 times in the third, adding 3 more in the fourth, and Wayne Garland has pitched superb baseball. The Yankees have managed only 1 hit off Wayne. That was a bouncing single through the middle by Reggie Jackson in the fourth. Cerrone 0 for 2. Check swing. Did he go around? And they say no, he did not. Ball 1. Ball 1. Wind up by Garland. He pitches. Pop up foul coming back and out of play. 1 ball and a strike. Producer extraordinaire, Dave Dombrowski. Here tonight. 1 ball, 1 strike. High pop-up. Third base side of home plate. Harrah down. He is there, and Toby makes the basket grab. Bo Diaz was right there also. 1 man up, 1 man down. As the right-hand hitting catcher, Rick Cerrone, fouls out to Toby Harrah. Say, the other day was the 4th anniversary of Rick's Rejects. They're having their anniversary party today. Boy, look at all the folks they invited to the bleachers. My gosh, they had a big party out there. Well, the Rick's Rejects group, they're really a loyal group. A combined drive, right center field, and there's Manning to make the catch. Bucky Dent hit a line drive into left center field, and Manning flashing across puts it away. The Indians have had the defense in the right spot tonight. 2 men up, 2 men down in the 8th inning. Yeah, Rick's Rejects, and it's a bunch of goodies up here, and folks, they have been well taken care of. Standing in is Brian Doyle. He loops one into shallow left. Here comes Dealing A, and he's there. Well, again, the Indians have the defense right where they ought to be. Dealing A, charging from left field, puts it away. 1, 2, 3 in the eighth. 3 up, 3 down, nothing across, and 70,000 plus on their feet here at the stadium. At the middle of the eighth inning, the score, Cleveland 6 and New York nothing.
Hey, this is Benny from Car Parts Outlet. I've been telling you we got a big selection, we got discount prices, we got dynamite service, and ain't nobody going to hassle you if you bring something back. So guess what? Now my customers are saying it for me. Really good service.
Oh, you have a nice selection here. Oh, they're awful helpful here. I never had no problem with that. Never had no hassle with them either. Well, to me, it's very convenient. I never had no problem. If it didn't fit, I could always bring it back.
You got a better attitude towards your customers. You got a better refund policy. And he's got the right prices. And I'll keep coming back. It's just like music to my ears. And you know, now my customers is even beginning to sound like me. You're going to save a lot of money at Benny's Car Parts.
At Car Parts Outlet, you save a lot of money.
Ain't it enough to make a grown man cry? I love it.
Visit Benny's newest outlet at 6876 Broadway, Cleveland.
Well, we go to the last half of the eighth inning. Indians lead 6-0. Delaney, Orta, and Hargrove coming along against the Yankee left-hander Tim Lawler. Well, the Indians got 3 runs in the third inning off Underwood, 3 more in the fourth, and then Lawler came on, and he has slammed the door. This young man has gone 3 2/3 innings. He has allowed only 2 hits. He has walked 1. Indians with 6 runs on 11 base hits. And Miguel Delaney with 3 hits and 4 trips. Don't forget now, tomorrow afternoon we'll be with you at 2:05, and Indians will have Len Barker. The Yankees will use Ron Gidries. Come on down and see us. A curve is high and low and inside. Ball 1. Delaney at the plate, waits, and he lines one foul upstairs to the right. Boy, we have a few people in this ballpark tonight, and they are being entertained here by baseball, and in a short time they'll be entertained by a huge fireworks show. Fastball is above the strike zone. 2 balls and a strike. Delaney batting at .370. George Orta on deck. Down to low. It's 3 balls and a strike. Tim Nicholson, a long-time Indian fan, tuned in tonight from Lakewood. Go to first, back safely. I think I'm wrong. They said they have a note here. It's in Brecksville, I think. Bucky Dent throws out Delaney. And now we have George Orta. 11 hits, no errors for the Indians. No runs, just 1 hit, errorless ball for the Yankees. And the pitch. Low for ball 3, 3-0. Tim Lawler. 6'3", 200 pounds. Low ball 4. So on 4 pitches, George Orta takes the throw to first. That's the second walk issued by Lawler, the 5th for Yankee pitching. There's Mike Hargrove. He has walked twice in this game, and he has struck out and popped to the second baseman. Hargrove, left-hand batter. Mike stands in, facing the left-handed Tim Lawler. It's a strike at the knees. Boy, you look around this ballpark, Not any place that I could see that you could fit anybody else other than straightaway center field. And you can't use those seats. Have to leave the center field section open. Batting background. One strike pitch. Line foul off to the left, goes into the seats. Strike two. On deck is Joe Charbonneau. Hargrove going through his ritual before stepping into the batter's box. Check on George Order at first. Two-strike pitch. A looping fly ball over the shortstop set. It drops for base hit. Order at second. He's going to try for third, and he'll make it. Bobby Mercer came in slowly to grab the ball, and Order hustled around at third base. Indians have their 12th hit, and that is the first for Mike Hargrove. Indian runners at first and at third. One man out. Here's Joe Charbonneau. Charbonneau has had 3 hits and 4 at-bats. And we will pause for station identification. This is the Cleveland Indians Baseball Network.
And the bonus word is baseball. Be listening Monday morning between 8 and 9 for details on how you can win $50 worth of jewelry on 1100 3WE WWWE Cleveland.
Little meeting at the mound. Tim Lawler and Rick Cerrone talking things over. Charbonneau, with 3 hits in the game, has raised his batting average to .308. Charbonneau has had 3 straight hits. He lined out his first time and 3 straight base hits. Ground ball foul, third base side. Indian runners at first and at third. One man out. Indians lead 6-0. We're in the 8th. Wayne Garland has been superb, allowing just 1 hit in this game. Boy, you look at Garland. You look at the box score of this game. You're really impressed on how well he has pitched. Foul ball down the right side and out of play.
Can you imagine, Herb, if Jackson did not have the single, what this stadium would be like right now?
Well, you look at Wayne's performance tonight. He gave up 2 walks in the first inning, retired the last 2 batters of the first inning, retired 9 in a row, and then Jackson got a base hit. Since that time, 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 in a row. Can't pitch any better than that. 2 strikes. Lawler checks the runners. Ground ball, shortstop side. Then has it, goes to second. They get 1. No play at first. The run scores. Joe Charbonneau gets his 4th RBI of the night. Indians lead 7-0, and Charbonneau with 42 RBIs.
Charbonneau definitely a candidate for Chevy Man of the Game honors tonight. The Chevy Man of the Game gets dinner for 2 at the Lander Haven, but I still think Wayne Garland would be in the driver's seat as long as he can get through the 9th.
That is the first run charged to the left-hander Lawler. And that is the first run he's allowed as a major league pitcher. Here's Toby. He is 0 for 2 and he's walked twice. High and outside, ball 1. Speaking of Chevy Man, Chevrolet dealers in the Cleveland Indians are having a home run payoff contest. It's going to begin on Thursday, July the 10th. That's the first game we'll play coming back from the All-Star game. At the knees, a strike. We're going to call it the home run payoff inning. And during that inning, each Indian that comes to bat will represent a contestant. And if the contestant's Indian gets a single, you get a $10 bill. A double wins $20. A triple gets $30. Foul ball off to the right. If an Indian should hit a home run and they have your name, you get $50. And if that home run happens to be a grand slam, you get $100. Then after 10 weeks of the contest, the grand prize drawing will be held for a 7-day, 6-night vacation in the Bahamas. Transportation by way of Delta Airlines. And, oh, that's nice. Fly ball, center field. Brown is there, and he has it. So the Indians are gone in the 8th. And I have a feeling here in the 9th inning, you're going to see this 70,000 plus be on their feet.
You better believe it.
1 run. 1 hit. No errors. 1 man left for the Indians. And the score at the end of 8, Cleveland 7, New York nothing.
1100 3WE gives you a holiday weekend of music, sports, and more. Cheer on the Tribe as they do battle with those New York Yankees. Then, following the game, Cleveland's favorite hits of all time continue as 3WE gives you the Cleveland 300, the top 300 songs, the music you said you love best. Counted down in order all weekend long. It's the most accurate countdown of all-time hits ever because you voted for it. The Cleveland 300 with your favorite songs of all time. It's all part of a holiday celebration of music, sports, and fun. From the station that gives you more.
1100 3WE.
Well, we go to the 9th. Indians lead 7-0. Wayne Garland has to see the top of the batting order. Mercer, LaFay, and Nettles. Mercer 0 for 3 in this game. They have announced the attendance here tonight, 73,096. That is the largest crowd here since opening day of 1973 when there was 74,420. And this is the largest attendance in Major League Baseball this year. And that will stand up because this is the biggest baseball park in baseball. Fastball outside, ball 1. Wayne Garland bidding for his third complete game and his third victory. Pop-up, third base side. The riser is there. He squeezes it for the first out. Bobby Mercer pops to the shortstop. And in Baltimore, it is Boston 4, Baltimore 2. Boston batting in the 9th. Yastrzemski just hit a home run in the 9th. That's his 11th, nobody on. So that'll give him at least a 5-2 lead over Baltimore. Here's Joe LaFay, 0 for 2 with a walk. Garland is ready and delivers. A strike at the knee. One strike pitch. Line drive, right field, solid base hit. That is only the second hit of Wayne Garland. It breaks a string of 15 men in a row that he's retired. Oh, he has pitched just a brilliant ball game here tonight.
You just don't get much better than that. Garland has been absolutely superb.
He has done the job and then some. And Indians lead it 7-0. Here's Greg Nettles. Nettles, a left-hand batter. He has taken a walk, grounded to second, grounded to first. Takes the slider inside, ball 1. 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors. The Indians, no runs, 2 hits, errorless ball for the Yankees. And we'll be right back with you tomorrow at 2 o'clock game. High and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Inside, and it's 3-0 to Nettles. Wayne Garland walks off on the grass to the right side of the mound. Reggie Jackson on deck. Three balls, no strikes to pitch. It is outside and ball 4. So Wayne Garland, with a man out of the 9th inning, has given up a base hit. He has walked the man. And out to the mound goes the pitching coach, Dave Duncan. Duncan on the mound, talking with Bo Diaz and with Wayne Garland.
There's a little bit of, a little bit of stirring now in the Indians' bullpen. I think Sid Manji is going to start throwing.
This is the first time the Yankees have had 2 men on base in the same inning since the first inning when Garland walked 2. Here's Reggie Jackson. Wayne Garland would love to see Reggie bounce one into a double play. Throw it about 73,000 in his ballpark. Foul back off to the left of home plate. Strike one. That walk was the third issue by Wayne in this game. He has struck out 5. First walk he's had since the first inning. He has just been outstanding. Boy, what a great satisfaction he'll derive from this ball game. One strike, the delivery. Swing and a miss, the screwball.
They're going
Strike 2.
Bottom of the ninth now in Baltimore with the Red Sox leading at 5-2. Last chance for the Orioles.
Wayne Garland. He's taking some extra time getting the sign from Bo Diaz. Now he has it. 2-strike pitch. Low. He threw him a fastball. He tried to slip that fastball down around the knees. Figured Reggie would be looking for anything but the fastball, and he just missed low inside with it. One ball, 2 strikes. Outside, it's 2-2. Garland trying to wrap it up. 7-0 Indians in the ninth. 1 out, 2 men on for the Yankees. 2-2 pitch. Bouncing ball. Coming hard is Dubzinski. He makes the tag, throws the first, a double play. Oh, Jerry Dubzinski did a good job. He grabbed that ball, tagged Nettles, and in the same motion got it to first. The Indians have shut out the Yankees on 2 hits.
And look at the
you
Indians.
can see the Indian bench. They have Bob Garland on the first baseline.
And look at this crowd, 73,000.
Ninth inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 man left, the final score. Indians 7, Yankees nothing.
I'm Donna Capone Young, and I'd like to invite you to the very first World Series of Women's Golf, September 4th through the 7th at the Country Club, right here in Cleveland. I'm really excited about playing in this first World Series. It's the return of big-time golf to Cleveland and the start of the biggest event in women's golf. Only the 10 best players have been invited, like Nancy Lopez, Sally Little, Joanne Carner, all competing for $50,000 first prize, the biggest on tour. That makes it the #1 tournament in women's golf.
Make plans now to attend the first World Series of Women's Golf, September 4th through 7th at the Country Club on Lander Road. You'll find plenty of free parking and plenty of exciting golf. Ticket sales are limited, and you can't get them at the tournament. But you can get them right now at your nearest Ticketron. And just 1 ticket gives you the entire tournament, plus the Pro-Am and practice rounds. Altogether, 6 great days of golf.
See you in Cleveland.
Well, that shutout for Wayne Garland is first since 1977. And what a game by Wayne Garland. Just outstanding. Normally we'd have Wayne on a post-game show, but with the fireworks tonight, there's just no way he would be able to be heard. But we will have him on a pregame show and a post-game show tomorrow. Don't worry about that. A superb performance by Wayne Garland here tonight as he shuts out the Yankees on only 2 hits. Indian pitchers now have shut the Yankees out twice this year. For Garland, walked 3, struck out 5. He gets his 3rd win of the year against only 1 defeat. June 23rd, 1977, Garland shut out Toronto 4-0. So remarkable performance by Garland. Over 73,000 people here to watch it, and just a great piece of work. The Indians scored 3 times in the 3rd inning off Underwood. In that particular inning, 8 men came to the plate. Singles by Verizon DeLaunay, put runners at first and at second. Order grounded out. Runners went to second and third. Hargrove struck out. Charbonneau, an infield hit. A disputed decision at first. A run scored. After a walk to Harris, Diaz lined the base hit, driving home 2. In the 4th inning, 9 men went to plate for the Indians. And the big blow in the inning, a couple of them. A shot by Charbonneau drove home a pair, and a single by Order drove home 1. And that made it 6-0. And the 8th inning, Indians added their final run, and it was Joe Charbonneau with a ground ball getting that one in. And Charbonneau with 4 RBIs in the ball game. The Indians won it 7-0. Our Chevy man of the game, we're not even going to discuss it. It's going to be Wayne Garland. He gets dinner for 2 at the Lander Haven, a fine restaurant and golf course on the Lander Road in Mayfield Heights, and he'll be the guest of Larry Mako, and boy, does he deserve it. Great performance by Wayne Garland. We'll be back to talk some more about that in just a moment.